that rotation. I guess it's time we could talk about those teams who haven't really popped off yet, and maybe we were expecting them to. Optic have been relatively quiet, you know, an early game fight that they lost previously, and also not the best of game ones either, even though they did feature in kind of the final circle. Are we going to see a little bit more from them in game number 3, or is World's Edge going to maybe treat them a little bit better? Some teams just perform worse on Storm Point, but I would expect more from Optic Gaming, to be honest, with how good they are in these team fights, but maybe the meta not quite working in their favor at the moment, but I'm pretty sure they will adjust very quickly as we get further into these games.
Yeah, it's the great thing, again, about a constantly evolving metagame, right? With buffs and changes, and not only to weapons, but also legends, and how people try and, you know, combat each other, counteract the successes of other teams, is that you are going to see teams have these, you know, these peaks and these troughs in their performances, in their form, so to speak, as they have to adjust to how the lobby now approaches things. Even though it's only 2 games, and don't get me wrong, Optic still an absolute powerhouse team, and 2 games of Apex not quite going your way is not something that anyone should be ashamed of course. They still will have something to think about here with 4 games to go, and especially with 1 game here left on Storm Point. It hasn't been the best of performances, like you mentioned, but if anyone could do it, Optic, they've dropped 20-point games before, and it wouldn't surprise me to see them do it again here in game 3.
And that would go against, you know, the stats that we've really seen so far in Pro League. We haven't seen North American teams get those big games. Instead, it's everyone kind of sharing the spoils when it comes to kills. Very different in the EMEA region, where we were seeing the likes of Ascend today absolutely pop off and destroy the entire lobby and really mopping up those points. It was very close in kind of the mid-table. However, it's kind of close across the whole board here in North America, because everyone is still finding a way of claiming points, even in their worst games. What I mean by worst games is like the Circle not really playing their way, or they have a poor rotation, or they find themselves getting challenged early in the drop spot. A variety of things that can really influence your finish to a game, and it's about making the best situation out of a bad one, really, and that's where we're going to see the teams progress. You know, those 9 squads who can get out of the North American region into playoffs. It's going to be so tough, because it could be 1 week.
Every time you say it out loud, it's just like...
It's not enough. It feels like it's not enough. With how many good teams we've seen in the world. But some teams, some of the best teams in the world will not feature because they don't get into that top 9. And, you know, it could come down to a couple of bad matches. Even though, you know, 2 matches doesn't seem that much. But imagine if you miss out on a playoff spot because you are 2 points behind someone.
Bowser. Oh, my goodness. He's going to be safe. Of course, it was never going to be a real problem for him, but I was a little bit worried that it was going to be one of those awkward moments where you go down to zone. A couple of meds are going to be crafted by Rack Attack here to make sure they got the med kit, so that if Bowser does go down, he's going to be able to get those heals back and get those white meds popped. If the Storm does take another victim. We've seen so many victims over the years to the Storm. Don't trust me, you're not the first one to go down to it. I'm sure there's going to be thousands more of us that do so. But looking at where the zone does go down, we are heading down towards Shipfall. Team Liquid have actually taken the very southeastern side of Shipfall, where Complexity were sort of inside it. They've moved up a little bit inside of the actual building itself, inside of the Shipfall, so to speak. And it will mean that Team Liquid will be in a pretty good position to approach this end game. Rakanishi, though, he's going to have to pop that bobble at the moment. Unfortunately for him, he's on an island, and Mean Jimmy is not the place to be, but he manages to hit the wiggle as he gets the hips of Jimmy moving and survives for now.
Yeah, there was a lot of wiggling that happened, but just about gets round the corner, and now you can reassess how you want to take this fight. Bowser does get some good shots and also should be able to bat up, but has to second guess himself. Nathan goes down. NRG are the team on the other side. They're managing to get him up, but as it happens, he also falls. So it is going to be a 2 versus 3, and unfortunately, the timing is not there. They do not get the player up. Rack Attack stay alive. Maybe the hips don't lie on Gibby, because it means that NRG go down in 20th.
NRG, another team who has had a very slow start today, and week 1 wasn't great for them either. So the fact that NRG now, after 3 games, are certainly not going to be involved in our end game, like you mentioned, it's game after game, and games, unfortunately.
Just placing it in the corner. Fuck it. If they see it, they see it.
どうやって拡大するのこれ？拡大できないのかな？
Oh my god.
あ、こうか。
I'm visible by here, like from fences.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's how I got shot from.
Please don't shoot me.
Yeah, they can.
Oh, dog.
Grab the demon.
Yeah, his body hit me. He broke my fence.
Tell me if you need help.
He broke my fence. I can't really fence it while he's watching.
NA は6試合だけなのかな今日。
Big game job here, I think you have it. Someone there.
ペコさん、アツさんコンピュータです。
Sentinels are here, split holding the entire compound, by the way.
うん、ダークで調子いいっすね、今。あと、リキッドも強い。リキッドは一番安定してるよな、NA で。
Another pet.
Nice. Keep going. Good shit.
いいな、この環境でやりたいな。このバンガが少ない環境。G2 ぐらいしか使ってないよ。
Maybe just, I mean, like, you got the whole side. Yeah, but like, it's still not for me. I'll stay. Someone could walk up at the time while I'm spinning. Came back out again. I think you got AFK with Sharkies, Jen. You have no yeah.
Yeah, okay. You can just look at them.
Yeah, you're getting fucking loose. They're gonna get red sent eventually as well.
Yeah. I'll come out and fucking just try and shoot shit, I guess.
I'm looking zones, I'm not moving. Yeah, she's tied back. Go away. There's literally no one by our side. They're all like into each other. I don't know if there's anything you can play just in front of cannon. Do we remember?
Got back here. I've got no idea. It's on you.
It's like 5 teams by.
よし。携帯見てた。ネクストリング。チームリキッドみたいな。
Come get fences like across here. I think we walk down and hold control nut on the bridge side.
Alright.
This entire right side is like free.
Oh, I just.
てか、これで見れるな。
Maybe third this.
I'm 1-2.
Do you want to come? Yeah, everyone come.
I'm one cell, that's it.
No bats, nothing.
No bats.
声はやっぱり見れるな、一気に。一気にこうやって、あ、最大4個か。最大4個見れるのか。じゃあ、コタワークゼロ消して。あ、でもこれで1個なのか。あ、違うな、こうで。
What's up? I'm just looking what's in there. I should have grabbed an arc star. I'm an idiot. Here, take an arc.
オプティックも追加して。オプティック死んだのか。オプティック死んだのか。
I have two arcs and a frag as well. Okay, I'm just playing quiet.
実番がいるってよ。なんかいた。これ2試合目っすね、今。このチームね、ローバなんだよね。さっき1位だった。2試合目。あ、3試合目だ、今。1試合目ダークゼロ、2試合目チームリキッド分かって。これ3試合目だ。ここか。入気だったらなお強いね。
He's in a triple take, bro.
Dude, that triple take actually, like, is the fastest gun to do trials with right now.
This was my challenger circuit gun.
Another buckle, west. Look at
Looking
this.
west.
Yep. Watson, Newcastle.
Another one.
Yep. I don't think they can live there, bro.
Can I stand her?
No, the north team's looking. Well, north team should
you can
look,
kind of
but...
stand, you can kind of stand her.
No one's on our edge east. I'm looking east.
Really careful of east.
Yep.
So you are they behind that mound?
Yeah, on the left side.
North is looking.
Yeah.
Just one.
オプティック生きてんじゃん。あれオプティック見れないんだ。そもそも。
West is fighting. Out in the open. I haven't used a longbow in such a long time, man.
ひよこ先生さん、320円スパです。コンピュータです。どうも
They're going back now.
We can play.
They're getting into.
We can play right here. Right
ダー
here.
クゼロ死んだ。
Right here. We just need to fucking make sure everyone can rotate into it.
北側はむずいよな。
As soon as this team Valkyries, we need to start looking down and putting pressure on the team underneath us.
Is that that's a crypto team? That's,
No, it's not,
No,
it's
it's
Newcastle
Newcastle. I heard a drone come from
No,
somewhere.
no, there was a drone. There was a drone.
Is it north?
I don't know. Fuck.
なるほどね。いや、アルブラたちを見たいな。これ消して、フェーズ入れて、こうか。声出ねえんだけど。なんでや。アルブラ見よ。
Valco's like tucked into the side of the building here. I think Seal's there though.
I'm not gonna have it. I'm not gonna have it.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
at
No one here
80%.
anymore. No one here anymore.
Snipe, try to find a spot that's playable for next.
Trying,
I'm not familiar with this area.
赤赤金は強いね。
We're not. No one here still.
投げ物がないでも。
I have
でも
no
セル24個ある。
I,
投げ物がないのでも。
at the building. I mean, we're in at this rock.
it's not good. There's a caustic team. Sorry, paddling on Valco.
バンコバンコ。
93.
We can wait. We can wait. No, I promise. We can wait. We can wait. A little bit. We can wait a little bit. I'll give you ult them so we can cross if I have to.
もう無理だ。
We're on slow side.
What's it at? Sorry.
I'm at 98. 98.
Yeah, we're gonna Valco. We're gonna Valco and land in my corner. Pop it.
Get on.
間に合うか間に合うな。あ、危ない。神タイミングだこ
Where
れ
am。I going?
We landing?
ナイスバルキリー。
Right there. Right there.
あそこ空いてるね。
There's a team there.
No, there isn't.
There's a team gonna.
貼り付け、桜に。そっちやばい。
Just look up for
On
now.
this rock, I think.
Nade.
Fuck me.
We're chilling. We're chilling.
Careful on this rock.
Throw your Seer ult, bro.
I don't have it.
Okay.
I'll throw it in 2%. 2%.
We need to watch this rock for now.
あの岩忙しいのか。
I want to know where we're at.
Yeah, the rock. We should be good from height. They're flying up. Walk
Does
up.
anyone have
なんでここ生きてんだよ。
Yes, yes, here. One on the ground.
We have shots on that Newcastle team. Sorry, look for that. I'll watch the rock.
We have to be careful from up. Can you watch my height as well?
I'm watching this.
もう今の不当で無理だってすぐ判断し
Snipe,
て
I need to
割
look
り切
for
ると
something
した
that's
ね。
in on next.
Okay.
The corner is
I
bad
mean,
because
my-
Caustic is
this team in
inside.
the buildings, the team in the buildings are gonna have to fight. Like,
Yeah,
the
I think they're gonna
building's
fight
in.
each other and then we third it, but it's a Caustic team inside, so it's sketchy.
There's 2 levels though. They're gonna just be on each other.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't. There's not 2 levels. It's a single story.
Okay, well we can just go in this front door late.
It's probably
door right
barreled,
around
but
the
yeah,
corner.
yeah. I hear you.
Back there. He's good. He's good. Don't worry about it.
Yo, Slurp, I need you to go around this corner and fucking blow this door off with your Q. You have to
I
do that.
will. Yep, I will in a second. I
Yeah,
will in
do
a
it
second.
sooner rather than later.
I have it in 15 seconds.
これ、リグナイト構成だね。
This team is not in either. They're gonna look
This
at
door
us
is gone here. We could walk in here too.
あ、でもリグはで
right
も、
now. See what's there.
ストッパーだと最
Yeah,
近ホライゾンだ
I'm
け
with
ど
you。guys. I'm with you guys.
50 on 1. Don't walk in. Don't walk in. They have
Trap.
Caustic. Don't walk in. Stay healthy. Stay healthy. Stay healthy. It's still 2 teams.
Healing.
I'm out.
I'm gonna break that. I'm gonna break that thing.
Yes, you need
For a
to.
second.
Okay, put a
I'm
barrel
doing
back
it
on
now.
it.
Doing it now. I broke it.
Nice.
Okay,
Can you
just
break
chill,
the trap?
chill. We have to play slow.
Yeah,
Valk
trap
up in
is
here. We can
broken.
kill them. We can kill them.
Try that.
Look here, look here.
Valk low.
Cracked, super cracked.
You ready to look to go inside here? I think we're gonna go through the back door.
I'm right here. Right here.
Stay from me.
Right here, Slade.
Pop me a bat.
I think we're gonna look to go in back door.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you ult to force the team on the roof inside.
おー、いいウル
Barrel,
ト
walk。in.
中入るんだ
You。have the bubble before we...
I got silence. I got silence. I couldn't.
You had the bubble.
いや、
there.
I got
これ、
silence. I couldn't. I got silence. I physically
You have to
couldn't.
just throw it in first.
惜しいね。
In the fight, but it looks like they're going to be wiped out as well. And suddenly we're down to what? Just 5 squads just like that.
COG, they hold the ground. 100 Thieves, they're still involved as well. Actually,
Gas
they've
か。
just been eliminated. The guard eliminated.
Gas
And now we
強い
have
わ。
the final 3 teams. It's SSG, it's COG, and it's Team Liquid, who are looking to go back to back here on Storm Point. They have been arguably the best Storm Point team in the world
SSC
in
とかいいね。
recent times, and once again
いい
they're
けど、
involved in this final fight and looking to add another win.
やっぱチームリギット強えな。
Overhead, I didn't
やっぱ強えわ、このチーム。
have zone. We have
I
zone.
got Kraber. I got Kraber.
They might swing down the
We,
street.
no. We need to be careful of black hole. We need to be
なんで
careful
この構成で勝ってんだよ。マジで。
I'm blue helmet. I'm one shot to crab.
ポジドリと連携がすごいんだよ
I
ね
have。four. 2-4.
3 nades on the ground.
Black,
We
black,
have-
hole.
we have that, we have
Black
that.
market. Look at it. You
Don't
two
grab
look-
nades.
I'm
On the
rolling.
ground.
I'm rolling. I'm rolling. I'm grabbing a red. I grab bats.
I grabbed red and helmet. I did not grab heals.
Grab nades.
Can you drop me a bat spikes? I have one.
Yes,
Here,
here.
I got bats. Here. Dropping two.
I'll do one as well. I have
I'm
3.
on
Or triple scan.
武士少ないね。やっぱその、武士をなんか、
This
変に
headless
取らず
array is
に、
fucking crazy too, bro.
なんか、ムーブとかにキャパを割いてるイメージ。
Dog 50.
SSG caustic. I think it's SSG and CLG.
They have to fight them. They have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
fight.
they have to fight,
SP's
they have
gonna
to
run out
fight,
and fight them.
Ult 25%.
I'm playing this wall over here, boys.
Yep. It's really weak. I thermited it.
Everybody's on us! Bubbling on us! Bubbling on us!
Okay.
Here! They're gonna play for
I'm
second!
throwing
I'm
the arc star,
thermiting. Thermiting.
Yep. They cannot push you. They cannot push you.
I'm gonna shield right here, Sykes.
Yep.
We just
They're running back.
We're
They're running
back,
back.
we're
They're running back.
Crack.
Good one! Shoot the right team! Shoot the right team!
Yeah.
I'm walking up!
I'm with you.
Bank 50. Be careful. Don't take
They have
the
Digi.
shot. Be careful.
Play my shield.
Caustic on the outside. Caustic dead. Last team.
Top
Last
two.
team. Full three.
I
full
stunned
three.
one! I broke one!
I'm with you.
I killed
I'm
one!
swinging out. I'm swinging in. Zero on me. Zero one.
80.
Kill two! Kill all 3!
Nice,
Let's go!
baby. Oh my god.
This shit too easy.
Oh, baby!
Now we're playing the worst map in the game.
イージー。
We're chilling. Let's
Let's
fucking
go!
go.
Good shit.
We have our Apex champions.
Holy fuck, good, great comms there. Good fucking job. Never using the fucking triple take again. I think I went 0 for 100 with it at the end.
Holy shit, we are tied for kills with the whole lobby.
Good fucking job. Holy fuck.
Holy fuck! そうだ、サインしないのか、こっちで。まあいいや。後でしよう。
They had to leave the building. They used all their resources, the Nox gas, everything to try and take down SSG as quickly as they could. The longer that fight went on, the more the odds fell in the favor of Team Liquid, and all they had to do was move in. It was a simple end game for them in the final fight, mechanically, but getting into that position and biding your time is the art of Apex Legends, right? And Team Liquid have seemed to mastered it.
もう G2 なんだ
nailed it perfectly. End game management. I mean, the ability to understand exactly when to third party, when to press on the gas pedal, when to maybe let go a little bit and stay back, and ultimately when to finally ape and push. They're always so patient. It's insane how well they call that Nocturnal. Again, I've been saying it for a while now because I think it's about time.
なんかセンティネルはルーがレベラント使っ
A
た。
top 3 IGL in the world. I'm gonna say it, and if not even maybe above top
迷走してるよ
3,
ね。
he is so incredibly good at keeping his team
レ
at
ベラントだ
bay,
よ。
so mature, and you've seen some of his tweets lately, kind of speaking to the psychological, mental aspect of leadership and performing at this level. His approach, his acumen is unlike anything. I mean, just compare Nocturnal to Sweet or to Hal, completely night and day in terms of his approach, and I think his approach has been working here, Yasin.
Yeah, it has, and I mean, it's not like they were gifted that victory by any means as well. They had to work so hard to get to that position on the north side of the circle there. We already saw 100 Thieves and Guard kind of fly in
早く
with
水こぼし
Valkyrie
た
to try and take that prime position, but
満タンの
Liquid,
水
they bided that
押したら
time.
出てきた
Again, they picked their fight perfectly. They waited for those two teams to engage, and then they came in to clean up the pieces. It was all about timing there for
水
Liquid,
か
and I think if you watch that game back from their POV, you really have to listen to those comms and listen to when they decide to take a fight, because they're not just aimlessly running in knowing they can win gunfights. They are picking their fights to absolute perfection.
Agreed. That is one worth watching. Check out the
ひよこ先生さん。
view and listening to team
またまた
Liquid's
327
last
スプレ
two games
ス
has been brilliant. Speaking of highlights, though, let's take
一
a
応
look
出
at
て
the
くれを
highlights
し
from
ます
game number
エフェラーリ
3.
ン
You said it,
あります
Gaskin, you said it perfectly. It was not given, it was earned from Team Liquid, and it started in the early game. But Gaskin walks through the highlights of what we saw.
I mean, in the early game, you've always got these tough situations where some teams are maybe going to be rotating a little bit differently to what they did in games 1 and 2 because they didn't find success in those early games. And that's why we saw a lot of kind of fights happening in maybe earlier stages than we had in maps 1 and 2 because people were trying to change things up, go for a little bit different. Obviously, you're going to have a different circle to work with at the same time, but it means that there's going to be less patterns emerging.
You have stayed
モンスターアーカイブないわ。
Team Liquid on World's Edge than on Stormpoint. We'll of course be breaking that down and previewing that in a moment, but rather than dropping center map, they drop on the northwest side of the map in Trials because they get all the best of loot. We'll of course get ready for World's Edge here in a bit, but here to the late game. The guard looked great. Onset, what has not been working for the guard as of late is they're always getting 4th, 5th, 6th place. Their ability to make it to very, very late game, top 2, top 3 has just not been there the past couple weeks.
Yeah, they're always getting the great spot. They're always getting center zone. They always seem to be able to rotate to the way they wanted to. The difference is their decision making. I mean, look at Team Liquid, right? That's the difference. When you get to those final moments, is being able to seize the moment, see the opportunity, and hold out a team who might be trying to push you, do enough damage, get a shield, whatever it might be. The guard are just not coming out the best in the pivotal team fight that seems to happen for them towards that end game. And I gotta say, as we look at our match three results here, there's a couple of names which, as we head into
A.C. 対 PC があっ
final
て
three games of the day here on World's Edge that are gonna have to perform. They're the likes of NRG, it's the likes of Optic Gaming, because they're big names and they are not playing like the big names that we've seen so far.
Yeah, that's a great point. Two teams who performed this week. NRG won the MFAM Gauntlet.
Ooh.
Optic Gaming won the 50K Boom TV Cup. Well, right now, both of them at the very bottom of these leaderboards. A donut for NRG as they got taken out in 20th. Last place, a donut for Optic Gaming. Not the best start for them here in Stormpoint in games 1 through 3. And now NRG's in a similar place they were last week in Pro League. They're going to have to try and claw back these last 3 games. But taking a look at the overall standings, Team Liquid, they go back to back and they give themselves a little bit of a cushion. But once again, Gaskin, 40 points for first, 26 for second, all the way down to 10 points for MPL in 13th, very evenly distributed. So that gives the opportunity here for NRG and for Optic to maybe bring this back here in World's Edge.
Yeah, and as we go into World's Edge, you know, things can change so quickly. We've seen so many times historically a team who has success on Stormpoint and maybe leading can very much not be when we get to the end of World's Edge and can even drop down into like the lower ends of the top 10. But we'll see whether Liquid can carry on their success. The way they're playing, the way they're fighting, the way they're kind of picking their fights in the moment, it's hard to bet against them in how they have been performing so far. What I will say in that final circle, I mean, the difference across
夏野さん
kind of ruined
そう
Space
出たの
Station
知ってた
a little bit there. I think Space Station might
バイブスマシマシなんだ
be confident in that final circle, but as soon as they saw that gas emitted from the smelly man, they realized that it was not going to be an easy final circle whatsoever.
Yep. That's Caustic doing Caustic things in late game. We're seeing a little bit of Caustic on display on Stormpoint, which you don't really see often. You see a little more of Caustic on World's Edge. But look, let's take a look at the kill leaders overall here. And guess who it is? It's Rambo. So an interesting kill leaderboard here.
入るタイミングむずいっすよ、こう。だって、早かったら、多分岩のパーティーがめっちゃ打ってきて、死んでたと思う。
Used to seeing Rambo do at this point. He emerged as a superstar at ALGS Champs with a dominant performance with GMT, and since then he has been on fire. 9 kills for the handsome man himself, Rambo. Blakeu, though, one of our rookies in second place, looking really, really solid.
フェイトさん200レスパです。
Yeah, for sure.
刺激です。ALGS 頑張ってください。ありがとうございます。
things up as well. It's like you can have one player popping off, but if the team isn't working
翻訳して。
even if you're getting those finishes,
いや、無理だろ。
you go 2 for 1 in a fight, it's not going to be good enough to
これ悪口言ってるこれ、悪口。
You always want to see kills shared out ideally among a team. You want to see
どっからっていうのは悪口言ってるこれ。
leaderboards sort of in the middle, around the top, instead of one player completely popping off.
こいつめっちゃトクシックだもん、この真ん中のやつ。
And it means you're going to have more success. So I think the guard maybe, even though Rambo's popping off and he seems to be doing everything you would want from him, something isn't quite adding up.
3試合目終わったっすね。
And someone else is going to have to give him a little bit more support.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. And at the end of the day, teams like Team Liquid aren't necessarily the most flashy and board leadership all the time. Obviously, Gilderson's was the exception to that rule on TL for a long time, but they're just so darn good as a team. Their ability to make it.
これ聞き取れたらもうアメリカ滑るでしょ。
Talented players in the game. Teams like G2, so incredibly talented, but if you don't have the right teamwork and the chemistry and the camaraderie, you won't necessarily
ドラドラさん内面です。
on top.
ありがとうございます。
Liquid is right now.
こんにちは。
Let's take a look at our team.
レブナントいいんだけどこれ。おもろ。
Great dominance personified
でも勝ってる。
on Stormpoint, Gaskin.
Yeah, I think we've just got to talk about the decision making from Team Liquid and how they've not only got into fights but how they got out to fight as well. They have managed to survive in positions where a lot of teams probably wouldn't have been able to survive, and that's why they've had so much success. And I think in a meta like this, where we're seeing early rotations so important, where we're seeing the zone pull being a situation where those who are kind of close to that POI finding success, we're not seeing those teams who kind of usually play edge, that play aggressive, find as much success as those who are rotating early. So a lot of it does come down to smarts. A lot of it does come down to decision making as to where you want to move and which fights you want to pick. However, that can change when teams like Furia, for example, and how they played at the World Championships, they can disrupt lobbies like this. So you've got to be careful and you've got to assess who is in your lobby and how people are playing.
Yeah, well, on the other side of that story or the coin is Space Station, a team that's kind of a bubble team right now. In 7th place, just a few points behind Dark Zero, is Space Station. It's a team that we challenged. We highlighted in the pre-show. We said, are they a S-tier team? Are they an A-tier team? They've shown moments of that. They show some consistency. Well, now's the time to prove it against one of the hardest groups of death, Group A versus Group C. They have been looking really, really solid here. This late game moment, they played it really, really well. Caustic obviously spoiled the wars there for them a little bit onset, but Space Station right now needs to have a really, really good World's Edge.
Yeah, they do, and I think the question is right that we asked at the start of the broadcast, right? Is like, can Space Station ascend into a top 3 team, into a top 5 team that are going to be challenging for championships? Because they are always there. They're there or thereabouts, but they just can't quite get over that line at the moment where every time you look at a lobby, you're like, okay, you never really mentioned Space Station as one of those teams who could go on to win the whole thing. And it's not due to a lack of respect coming from us. It's just we haven't seen that consistent win performance. We always see them at the top, but are they winning? That's the difference. And it seems like Team Liquid have seemed to found that secret sauce. Space Station in that endgame had the opportunity to win it with the Kraber in their hands, but just didn't take the opportunity. And that's the difference what we're seeing in the leaderboards at the moment.
Just imagine one Kraber headshot could have made the difference for Space Station in that late game on Team Liquid. Will SSG rise and ascend, as Onset said? Will Team Liquid keep up their consistency, dropping trials? Will we see teams like 100 Thieves, NRG, Optic step up here in the second half of the series? We will find out, because guess what? On the other side of this break is World's Edge. Game number 4. 3 more games in this series, in the debut of FaZe Clan, 100 Thieves, and so many more. We'll be right back after this.
ウィダー買わないとだ。実家じゃないよ。一人暮らしの家。てかさ、この大会の賞金ってさ、多分今円安だからめっちゃ多いんでしょ。前より。日本人はマジで勝ったらでかいね。世界大会って。そうなの？終わっちゃうの？俺全然そういうのわかんないからさ。終わんなよ。
3 games down, 3 to go in this absolutely stacked lobby of 20 top teams. So many logo, brands, and names in competitive Apex. Who's going to rise to the top? So far, it's been Team Liquid, but there are so many other teams vying for that first place spot and those precious pro league points. Top 9 in the grand scheme of things will qualify for the Split 1 Playoffs LAN Championship in just a few months. Let's bring back our casters here, Onset and Gaskin, who've been doing a brilliant job calling the action so far. Gentlemen, really interesting start. I want to ask you guys your predictions, though. Going into World's Edge, who's going to perform and why? You hate predictions, so I'm going to bypass you because you are a curse to all things predictions. Gaskin, give us your prediction.
I think it's about time we see Optic Gaming turn up, right? I think World's Edge and what we've seen them do previously in whether it be a different meta or not. We know that Optic are an amazing fighting team. World's Edge is exactly where they're at home, so that's going to be my prediction for you, John. I'll give you one. I'm nicer than
my man. Thank you.
I'm so happy that Fallout is learning, by the way. He's given up. He's giving up. I like it.
I saw you shake your head and I was like, all right, mate, I can read a message here. I get it. I can take a point. But no, I like the prediction. Onset, you wanna just try? You wanna dabble a little bit?
I predict that you're gonna keep asking me for predictions, Johnny. You're gonna get the same answer every single time. That's all I can say. I don't know. I think
politically correct.
I think Optic and NRG both.
やっぱドル円とか気にしてる人って大体株とかやってんの？投資とか。
Because they got 3 games now where they need to try and close that gap. They need to jump up the leaderboards because, like you said, we saw the leaderboards from that last game. 0 points from both those teams in game number 3 isn't good enough. It's as simple as that, and I keep reiterating, 9 spots is all that's available for 30 teams to slot into. Someone is going to miss out. One of the big teams is going to miss out, and you don't want to look back on a week like this and think, hey, that was where it went all wrong for us. That's why we're not at the playoffs, and someone's going to have to feel like that. Hopefully it's not one of these teams.
Yeah, that's a great point. You also don't want to be in the position that Alliance was in last split, right? Where they had to go God mode the last 3 weeks to even make it in their home country. So certainly every week, every day, Pro League day counts, and every game counts. Guess what? Game 4 is here. It is time for World's Edge. Onset Gaskin, will NRG step up? Let us know. Take it away.
Well, let's see if NRG can step up. The same can be said for Optic Gaming, as we do now have that change of maps. We go back to that old faithful, I'm going to call it, World's Edge, a fan favorite, one of my favorites, and certainly, I'm sure, players' favorites as well. But also, with the amount of time we've had on this map now, Dan, it was almost like the intricacies of it are even more elevated, right? The timing on your rotation, knowing who's alongside you, knowing who you can expect to fight, all those things you were highlighting a little bit earlier on. That's why analysts and coaches have become such a vital piece of success for teams at the moment, and you are seeing them have more and more of an influence. The question is, are Optic and NRG going to have that knowledge down? Are they going to be able to hold off some of these teams who are making their moves in towards where they're going to be trying to hold down? Because for them, I feel like this game is a big make or break game for them.
投資しました。俺ちょっとバカすぎてちょっとわかんないな、投資とか。最近若い人投資する人多いよね。
Tried to get a beacon through the crypto drone, right? But it was denied by Sentinels who were already on the beacon, shot down the drone and said, no, you're not going to have any beacon information. Screw you, get out of here.
やっぱドームいないんだ。
Overhead. I absolutely love it. I love the details we have.
ダークゼロ移動早っ。
Sure that we're going to see guard go back for that beacon information in a little bit, but we can see already on your screen could have got that little.
センチネルどこ行った？
The circle goes west, but then it goes a little further.
エピセンなんだ。エピセン調なんだ。でもオプティックもやべえよ。ビッグモードラバシティドームだよ。ここだよ。
I love the fact that, you know, I love talking about the butterfly
やばくね？
such small plays and what it means for teams, right?
オプティックってビッグモード来たチーム倒しに行くから来ないんだよね。
30 seconds until the drone's going to be back in play, or maybe you're going to be able to get towards that beacon. That's 30 seconds off your rotation where you want to play. Decisions being made, a couple of teams overtaking. All of these things all of a sudden start to mount up and completely change from one simple tiny little bit of action that happens.
早いね。
Getting damaged. It's the darn drone that goes
ダークゼロはアンチ読むとかないからここで読んで
that can make the difference.
中継からムーブ。
I mentioned how World's Edge is so well known and so well versed.
これ難しいアンチだよね。
Things can completely change a game plan, and for team
ここら辺なのかな。
looks pretty solid. It's quick rotation. They're not worried about the armors. They're not worried about leveling up too much. They're already inside of Lava Fissure here, and I
ちょっと上寄るよね。
good thing to highlight, because
それかこの家じゃない？ SSC が取ってる。
to do those trials, to get those extra armors, extra shield cells, extra bit of loot from completing that challenge, and instead Liquid have said we can leave that there for now. We're just going to go.
チームリキッドはもうここ
And a
か。
lot of teams thinking the same thing as well. Liquid, NRG, Guard, CLG, SSG, all the Gs, they're over here. They're making sure they try and win some Gs in this tournament as they get a little bit further, because they have moved so quickly over to Lava Fissure. There is so many teams that are saying, all right, we know where this pool's going to be.
中で入るのはここいいんじゃない？この下。俺この下入りたいな。
better positions. We do see some
でもこの火力の、違う、溶岩の家は無理だから。
you see and kind of under those train tracks, or it sometimes finishes on this hillside.
で、ここ、俺ら火力だから近いの。中継かな？中継とランスラが、多分、取り来るかもしれないけど、もっと中入りたいと思ってると思うから、ここ安牌かなみたいな。俺らが入る見解。NRG の家も中継のチームが入ってるから、NRG が。ここも早く埋まるし、右上の家もちょっと怖いから、バルール溜まったらいけるけど、でもここって最初アンチになんないし、どうせ移動がつきものだから、まああんま入りたくないし、ここまああんま強くないけど、ヘイト買いづらいポジションだから。
Looks like they're running any energy weapons to make that of use, but for now you can see a little bit of fire coming in from a team that's also over in Harvester. That's going to be Oxygen who are on the other side of things.
この時点じゃわかんないな。
It's going to give you a little bit more of an indication where those teams are stacking up, where we can expect that end game to go. You're quite right. It looks like Lava Fissure is a very popular place to find yourself.
ダークゼロが行くんじゃない？見るわ。ほら行った。ほら行った。ここ。俺が入りたいとここ。
literally just. Where are we safe? Where are we full safe?
選んだのはダークゼロでした。でもここはマジでその車線が怖いんで、この上の。
Yeah, on me super safe as well.
クリプトで果たしてドローンを見れるのか。
Well, we're gonna get shot in the
この
back.
構成なんだ。バトいないんだ、ダークゼロ。
5-0.
3-0.
Gotta get off these whites somehow without taking damage.
Yeah.
Phase are so fucking real. Anyone need a thermite? I have 4.
I can take.
Do you think monk god rock? There.
で、ここまで入れたら別に大丈夫だと思う。ほら、こう、大丈夫だよ。誰ないじゃん、全然。
You shoot that?
Yeah, I've got an R2. I should have taken the fucking scout.
What is that?
で、ここでドローンで見て、周りいるかどうか判断して。暇になるんだよ、ここ絶対。
Oh, I hit the fucking shield, man. So fucking impossible to hit.
If he wants to fucking push us, I will put a wall that goes so far down the stairwell.
まあ、それかここだよね。
You think this one comes back to us?
It can.
I'm indifferent on that.
I don't really even know what to call, honestly.
ここだ
I
と、
feel
そ
like it
の
might just because
どっからでも
that is, like, a lot
動
of
きやすい。
them in.
I'm thinking it's just here, like on the
Yeah,
track,
I
like
agree. I
in
think so
between
too.
everything.
そう、チームリキッドは絶対、
Is it just like
ここの黄色のタンクのとこに飛んで、入キャッスル打ったく。
You no, so what you need, the easiest way to do it is you need to do a regular
絶
wall
対
bounce.
痛くね
You don't press anything, and you
ここ。ダークゼロの上のなんか黄色いパイプあるから。
Struggling to find our footing.
I mean, I've seen enough arena tournaments to know that Duplex and Skittle Cakes can win any 2v3 against any team, but certainly.
あ、やべ。
会社員と宇宙のヒーローやってます。
宝物
はこの子と伝説の財宝。ワンルーム。何でもあるよ。生きてやれ。メタクエスト2。
オプティック無理か、回収。前の大会勝ったのにな。前っていうかなんか、プロリーグじゃないけど。どこ見ようかな。アルブラたちは上か。アンチみたいな。トリマ。
Instead, they'll be thinking about positioning themselves and trying to work towards the end game, just with Optic in the back of their mind.
テンプ X は、てか、そもそもあれだよ。ダークゼロ今 NA だよ。APEX ハウスから。地域変えたっすね。テンプ X はシャーキーと交代。結構前に。だいぶ前だけどな。プレイオフからいないけど、ね。みんなアメリカっすよ、今。ダークゼロ。引っ越ししたっすよ。オーストラリアから。大移動だよ。
From one of those teams to try and gatekeep them, excuse me. They could also move north potentially through this vault passage towards landslide. That's where 100 Thieves find themselves right now, and that looks like with that ping is going to be the play call. So
日本のやつだとレイジに許可取んなきゃだから結構大変だけど。
Get through this area comfortably, right? The tunnel is not currently occupied.
シアジビバル多いね。
I can see the map overhead. I'm cheating a little bit. Landslide is, however, occupied. 100 Thieves are going to be there waiting at the other side of the circle, of the tunnel, excuse me. So Rack Attack will be fine for now. but it's about whether they notice 100 Thieves and whether 100 Thieves notice them.
でもこれ結局さ、この構成って多分破壊されるで。あ、でも、クリプト多いと破壊されやすいけど、どうなんだろうな。
Over towards Lava Fissure, as all the residents of the Lava Fissure Hotel are still residing in a way where they are comfortably, you know, just popping a few shots from window to window, but maybe it's just a little bit of harmless grief at the moment. No one's gone down, no one's having a bad day, everyone just won together.
It's very poetic from you, Dan Gaskin. I enjoyed that. Let's see if the same poetry can be said for Team Liquid now. They're inside of this building, they're set up, they're going to be pretty comfortable. Let's see what the move is, though. See if they're planning their next rotation, where they want to try and play with a listening now with Team Liquid.
Galapagos. Next ring. Please, please. うわ、来た寄ってる。ガチか。これ、フェイズアンチじゃない？フェイズ。まあ、アルブラディや。ここだよ、アンチ。分かってないけど、この人たち。そうだよな。マジか。裏切りだな。裏切りっすよ、これ。
That 30-30 headshot just rocked my shit.
Jesus! I mean, honestly, I wish they did push. Dude, you had a mastiff, bro. I don't care if you're 100 health. They get folded.
あ？誰だこれ今の？
Can we get some pics right here, maybe?
I'm on the roof. Can you keep getting our back? Keep getting our back. I don't want to get thirded. Shot in my back, because I will die.
I got nothing in countdown right now.
これで上行くんだったら、ちょっと下は怖いな、下いるのは。
Team might be landing, guys.
The Valk died right here.
多分みんな裏切られてると思うよ、これ。
I can't do anything. I'm getting shot across the map.
あ、ダークゼロ死んだ。NRG も死んだ。13部隊だって、早くね？早くない？ TSM-B なんて出ないっすね。NA の日程がわかんない。NA の日程、今ここなんだよ。で、日にち変わるから、そう、多分今日ない。TSM は。
Bro, if this team under us crypto ults, I'm kind of down to take that fight.
We will 100% get thirded by that spot.
We will. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
It would be such a fast fight, I think.
チームリキッドどうすんだろ
う。Alright, boys, moment of truth.
Do you think I could just go? This is Sentinel. I wonder if I can like ult to you.
No.
Over here. Okay.
Wait, there's 13 squads alive.
Okay. We could walk.
I'm 3-4.
まだ読めてないからか。
Really careful.
まだわからんな。オプティックは2人死んでるもん、1人死んでるもんな。どう見ようかな。
That's so bugged.
Okay, you watch that, Brennan.
That's cursed.
そう、2周目終わるまで、
About to have purple soon.
マスティフケアパケっすね。
Yeah, we still in here, boys.
Never left.
We ain't left yet. I opened the door the wrong way again, by the way.
Can I just wall this?
Wall what? That side?
Door. Yeah.
You can wall that. I think late game you wanna. Oh, we have zone again. Late game you wanna wall the low ground, honestly.
Okay.
Actually, no. You wanna keep it there. If
これ？
somebody takes it, yeah.
これってさ、右上寄るよね。パンチ。左の家の方面なんだよ。
Yeah.
In this like particular instance.
Yeah, because we're all rotating north.
Wait, somebody's getting naded on the low ground on me. I think they're looting the box. They threw a really dog shit through my.
ダブタないかも。
We have to watch our south rotates, southeast rotates.
Yep. A white armor on that guy, yeah.
ダブタ、あ、でもダブタあるわ。どういうこと？ダブタはあんの？ 青のダブ、あれ、紫のダブタですね。
Sorry, are we both on a scout?
Scout, yes.
Snipe. Never mind.
Honestly, sir, take this. I'm not even fucking around.
I was gonna say trade scout for wingman.
Give me your ammo.
Here. It's all you.
Nothing
in countdown, bro. It's like there's no one playing there. I should be.
Think?
Yeah, you can play. You can. There's nothing here, I promise. And there's no one in the pit either.
なんでやねん。
Alone in that RV van, and they may as well try and get him up so they can have a better chance coming into that final circle. Luminosity are out of there, so Optic definitely will have that opportunity. You talk about poetry in Apex Legends, Mark. I mean, Optic getting the final kills onto Rack Attack after losing their to Rack Attack. It was raining the stars.
Oh no, but unfortunately for Luminosity, one player is going to fall from the skies, manages to hold on for dear life, but this is going to be a rocky looking landing for them. They're going to have to be forced down to that low ground. They're going to have to be forced into the heat of the lava. But Nizel survives as that lone rat. He's got a Phoenix kick to pop as well. And even though LG, it was a little bit of a scary redeploy for them, they do survive for now. One team I do want to focus on a little bit, down on this low ground, is going to be CLG, but also FaZe, involved in this top 11. 100 Thieves lose one player, and that's going to be 2 FaZe. The Missile Swarm gets the knock onto Scurry, and FaZe are right at the tip top of where this circle is going to be pulling. Surviving buildings for this endgame.
As a reminder, it's top 10 when that one placement point gets increased to 2, and then it carries on increasing the further you get. Top 8, top 6, and then of course top 5 onwards. But there's a couple of rats. You already spoke about Nizel and LG. He's going to be alongside Jaguars, I think. So maybe there are a couple of players left, but Skill Cakes is still alive as a rat for Optic Gaming. He didn't get Duplex back up, but will still be in this next circle. So Optic still have a chance to get into that top 10 if Skittle can successfully rat up. But all of those teams who darted towards Lava Fissure in the early stages of this game, Mark, are still residing in the best spots right now. There was a little bit of contest that happened when the teams who were arriving via Valkyrie got involved, and they pretty much got wiped out for the most part by everyone just combining together from the buildings.
100 Thieves have been eliminated, so they are out of the lobby. We're down to 10 now. Like you mentioned, this is where the placement points start to get a little bit more rewarding for the teams who make it this far. Every single step that you take is going to be rewarded at this point. First attempt.
全画面 OK です。いろんな視点見るからさ。リキッド見たいな。あ、リキッドの視点どこ？
I'm playing down here with you guys now.
Oh, be careful.
Oh, sorry, I just swung out.
He's gonna spam the shield. You can have that shield. It's yours now.
Be careful.
Behind us going ultimate low ground.
Okay,
they're going ultimate low
ground. That's fine. That is fine. That is fine. Fucking cooking. We have to watch your west now. Watch your west. Watch your west. They're rotating.
Alright, 180 underneath us.
Okay, move forward, Brandon. Move forward, Brandon.
Walls up. Walls up.
Watch SSG here.
I'm gunning. Oh fuck.
We're okay.
Are they still in?
Stare at it. We have to stare at that.
I lost my gen. I lost my gen. I can't do that. Play on me.
We're good. We're good. I hit 120.
Walk in with me.
Batting.
Okay.
One dropped low and died.
Yep. How long on shield, Brendan?
They got canceled. Okay. I'm shielding.
You can play right here on me. Play right here on me.
I need a bat.
The fucking nades.
On me safe. On me safe right here.
I can't get to you.
Sykes here, me. Sykes here, me.
Bro, I pulled your wall on. I broke your wall. Oh, nice. Just stay alive, Nox. Stay alive.
Give me comms, please.
Yep. CLG die low ground. Top 5.
これはちょっとフェーズ見よ
う。And a guy right here.
ほらやっぱここだよ。フェーズなんて。
We have a god spot. We just need to like, yeah. I think we focus the right team and make sure that they don't walk up. They should walk to that though. This team is what's gonna kill us. It's a Watson team though. I don't have Gibby ult either. Like this is pretty bad.
Getting inside. I'm healing.
That crypto team will fuck us if our bubble gets forced.
I'm not gonna have zero either.
Listen, I have to hold my bubble like as long as physically possible. Okay, so like I have to play all the way behind you guys.
There's some armor spots we should have been able to grab.
Oh, cracked right.
I'm good all the way up to here. Like, this is really good. I think we need to focus this team on the left. They have to move.
Yeah, they
We
lost
need to
cover
focus
before
this
us.
team on the left.
Is it clear?
There's no one up here.
Okay, we have all fight. We have all fight.
そこいないの
Break
マ
the
ジか
drone. Break the drone. It's right here.
I can't see it.
I can't see it. I can't see it.
EMP, EMP.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Come on, boys. Free fucking dub.
Focus, focus. Look down here, look down here. Look at this, look at this. I naded it, I naded it.
Down low as well.
I naded it. They're gonna move.
Good needs.
Drop one, drop one.
One kill.
Down low.
Dead.
Right here. All right, Watson down here. Watson right here.
Just focus the team here.
I'm looking. I'm above them.
Don't do anything crazy, yeah.
I might be able to get some kills.
One dead on left. Ready, triple jumping. Get these kills, kill that Falcon.
On the ground.
I'm killing this Falcon,
One shot, right below you. Right below you.
Go on.
I got the kill. Drop, boys, drop. One, two guys.
Dead, nice. Good shit.
Let's go, boys!
That was a good fucking game.
Let's go!
Snipe, good call in the building. I genuinely didn't know which button to go to.
I love you, baby. You're so
なんでレッ
good.
ツゴーって言ったの俺
Good shit.
Good shit, boys.
Good shit. Good shit. Good
Call on that
shit.
snipe. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was a really good call to say earlier.
That's-
Oh, we needed that so fucking bad.
Yes,
Good
we
shit,
did,
boys.
boys.
Yes,
Let's fucking
boys.
go,
Let's
baby.
fucking go.
We got a good amount of kills there too. I think we had at least like.
Dude, I
8.
was fucking beaming.
Slurp, guess what?
What?
Oh,
You're on the
that's
command center, motherfucker.
That's big.
go!
That's 23. That's a big 23. That's huge. Let's go.
We got so many kills at the end.
Let's
Yeah,
go,
that's huge.
boys.
Good shit.
We're in 5th now. Keep it rolling.
Yeah, good shit.
いや俺こんな喜ばないと思う
Dude, were you watching my shots, Chrono? With that kid falling out the fucking thing?
I mean, I have to watch it back, because...
Dude, bro, this kid's falling out the sky. Body, heady, bro. Get fucking
Wait,
shit on, bitch.
Open up command center. It's your POV.
こんな喜べるかな
Watch
俺
it back.
Dude, I didn't get the kill for it, but man, that shit was insane.
いやアルブラじゃないんだよな誰だこれ
Fucking free. What the hell?
スル
Yeah, the zones
スルー
are
プ
fucking ridiculous.
なんて言うんだろう
Yeah,
So
They're
bad.
like
スラー
old
プ
zones.
No,
スラープかなコーチみたいな人じゃないわかんないなんか知らない声聞こえてきた
Plenty of KP gathered by FaZe there as well, and it only takes one pop-off game and you are back within the question, not just of top 5, but of still winning this week. You know, there's 3 matches left, or 2 matches left now after that one. So there is going to be a lot of points available, and if you can find consistency here on World's Edge, success is very much waiting for you. It was such a difficult circle to play for any team that was arriving late, with so many teams moving to Lava Fissure early. Like, they just residented together, they were making sure that everyone was in a building, they watched all the teams come and go as they arrived via Valkyrie ultimates, but eventually it was those teams who got there early that were really rewarded with placement points there.
And I gotta say again, the guard,
Yes.
center zone, but not being able to convert it into a win, that might be slightly frustrating for them to get those great positions and just those little micro decisions, maybe not going their way that they would have expected. But again,
昔に比べてファイトが多くなってきた環境ですが日韓環境ですが今後もこの環境は続くと思いますかまたこの環境で選ばれた代表チームはこの環境やっぱりあれじゃないノーセプションじゃない
It was also the story of NRG and Optic once again struggling to find any kind of reason to celebrate.
Yeah, I think Optic would have been frustrated that they lost a player so early on. They did eventually get revenge onto Rack Attack by being the team that kind of dealt the final blow, or at least got a couple of knocks onto them. But NRG, I mean, the question is the same as what we were with FaZe, like, are we going to see that pop-off game from NRG? Are they going to give us a game to bring them back into the equation of potentially getting a solid placement here in this match week, or are they going to be just a little bit disappointing by their own standards? Don't get me wrong, like, I don't want to harp on and maybe put too much pressure on NRG, but they expect to be at the top. They are players who are very much gunning for first place in the World Championship, not just in a match.
割と残せるんじゃない
Other teams who did get to Lava Fissure early were in a great spot, but as you
残せる
said,
と思うよ
even though they were in one of the better positions, it wasn't necessarily a winning one. It was FaZe who took the risk. It was FaZe who went for a more open area than where they were more vulnerable to other teams, but they were able to
や
make
べストレッチしたい体が超硬い
And you can see from that team fire at the end there, just 3 different variations of gun firing down onto the same target means the comms are looking crispy and the confidence is back up.
今後もこの環境続くと思いますか？
Is a 23-point game
続きそう。
11 kills to go alongside the placement points. The guard taking that second place finish, of course.
だって
as well as 4KP alongside the
しばらく続くと思うよ。バンガが弱くなることなんてないし。
No kills. Somewhat of a surprise considering the position they found themselves in, but getting into that top 5 once again, showing great signs for Liquid.
I mean, Liquid were on what, like 40 points, so they'd be up to 44. FaZe have already halved that if they were on 0, which we know they weren't. They were on like 8 or something. So FaZe are really going to shoot up this leaderboard with that pop-off game. This was slightly different to Stormpoint. The kills weren't as evenly distributed because FaZe did kind of mop up a lot of them. But still, even those teams who were in the lower half of this leaderboard still were able to find a few kills here or there for KP to get some points on the board. And it is huge to be picking up at least 1 team fight per game so that you can constantly be gaining points as we go through Pro League.
Well, this is going to be our serious standings. This is how things are looking overall.
いや、結構さ、そのファイト力が目立ってるって言ってるけど、ムーブいいからね、実は。
35 points for them, Space Station 34, but FaZe, that's the big story here, Dan. Jumping up into 5th place with 31 points on the board.
But can they now progress from this, right? Can they have that ability to actually find consistency from that victory? Sometimes you just need a victory to really give you the confidence in your team, and we'll see if the comms are going to be a little bit different for FaZe, where there's going to be more belief for them into game number 5.
We'll have to see what's going to happen in game 5 after this break, but FaZe returning and FaZe debuting here in the ALGS. First win on the board for them. The question is, can they take that momentum forward as we head into our final 2 games of World's Edge?
いや、キルポを稼ぐムーブじゃない。家事ムーブってこと。家事ムーブがうまい。キルポを稼ぐムーブっていうのは FC デストロイとか。自分はまだ下手くそなので、端ムーブの上手い下手を教えていただけると嬉しいです。
ApexLegends Global Series Monster Energy
だから、それじゃない？チャンピオン取れてるかどうかじゃない？キルポだけじゃなくて。チャンピオンを想定して立ち回ってるところじゃない？チャンピオンムーブ、自分たちの中の。
as we head into our final 2 games of the day on World's Edge. FaZe taking the win on their debut in the ALGS in our previous game, Dan. And I'm still looking at NRG and I'm still looking at Optic to stand up because they've only got
理にかなったファイトをしてる。マジで。
Yeah, it gets to that point where there's now too many big teams to pop off and have their big moment, right? Again, it's the same kind of scenario where there's only 9 teams that can make playoffs, but there seems to be about 15 teams that deserve to be there. So are we going to see Optic step up? Are we going to see NRG step up? Are we going to see 100 Thieves have a big game as well? There's all these different teams that could pop off in their right moment, but it's about knocking
モンスプコーチだってマッスルさんじゃん。元デトネのコーチじゃない？デトネターの。
times we have today before the week 2 of Pro League will finish. I really want to see where this circle is going to end up because I think we know statistically it has been making a big difference on who finishes where. Are we going to see a more comfortable circle for some of these teams that have been struggling?
I think one interesting story as well, just to highlight, is Dark0 had a great start to the day, right? They picked up a win in that game #1. But outside of that, been a little bit anonymous. And now that they've moved over to North America and they're competing in the North American Pro League with just 9 spots available, Dark0 got to start stepping up as well. Back-to-back LAN champions. There's always the chance.
世界を驚かす新しい日本のチームと。
Incredibly disappointed for them.
そんな俺偉人じゃないんで無理っすね。
As you can see where that zone is going, you see Lava Siphon's going to be there, but you also see a little bit of a contest going down.
そんな硬くならないでください。
That is going to be bots on our screen at the moment, and down to just 2 as Stompers has fallen.
Yeah, bots having a fight already. And unfortunately, in a 2 versus 3, you really need to be now communicating perfectly with one another, watching those angles, baiting and switching where you can. No shields to work with as well, both on Greys at the moment. And weapons aren't particularly the best. A Prowler and an Alternator to work here for JQ, and trying to get up and close and personal. The Clamber, though, comes through. And unfortunately, it might have ruined everything for him. Goes to the sky now. Bots has slept on, win that initial engagement with the contest in the early stages.
Well, it's the first time we're seeing a little bit of contesting going down on our screens, and it's going to be one. Of course, oh my goodness, what did we just see, by the way? In our kill feed, things looking very spicy already, and it's Dark0 who are involved. They hold off Rack Attack, and will win the fight over.
これDark0いいんじゃない？どこ飛んだろう？でもこのアンチむずいよね。お、たくやさん327エスパです。ミラー配信ガチナイス。ありがとうございます。どこ見ようかな。小尻か。
Than those who haven't, but certainly, as I say, just going for those areas where there's more likely to be able to play from is where we're going to see Lava Siphon be often sought after by a lot of these teams. And actually, we're seeing, I'm looking at the map overhead, a lot of teams are already heading that way to try and find a little bit of room to play with.
Yeah, interesting fight maybe about to break out, actually. It's NRG and Complexity who are very close to each other on the western side of Lava Siphon, so it's going to be slept on, who are having to deal with a little bit of a push. For the first time, they won the contest, but now they've got Sentinels in the area. Sentinels looking to pick up some pieces.
まだみんな、みんなね、ムーブとかが、なんか、未熟だった気がする。
Laying down some fire on the east side of Lava Siphon. Complexity also doing some damage as well as slept on, getting involved in this fight right now. This is such a difficult position to try and play, and it is Sentinels with this composition you were talking about who now can get aggressive with the Bloodhound.
This is happening right at the northern tip of the map, this fight. As Sentinels try and move in right now. Should be able to get the finish. They seem to be doing the damage that is required. The hipfire will get the knock, but now Lou has gone down as well. So the falling from the sky Valkyrie is still doing damage. Krusty's having to work hard for this, as are Sentinels, but Slept On will go down. And Sentinels will be able to reset here. Nobody else in the vicinity to take advantage of a third-party opportunity, and that's what Sentinels do best when they're playing at their best. They pick up those isolated KP3s, they win those fights, and they pick up those KP to fight with.
It's mad, because Lava Siphon is very similar to Climatizer, and I was expecting us to go to a Lava Siphon fight, considering how many teams are there. But the one place where there's only 2 teams was Climatizer. Very important that Sentinels won that engagement, because now they have the entirety of the northern side of the map to themselves. They can loot, they can rotate slowly, they can make their way down to Fragment East. Granted, they're not going to be in one of the best positions for Final Circle, but we know that historically Sentinels can play Edge very successfully anyway here on World's Edge, so we'll see whether they can pop off.
The guard pick up a couple of KP, 17 squads remaining, as we've seen 3 fall, and now they're going to make their move as well. They're in the cut between Harvester and, of course, Lava Siphon, trying to kind of thread the needle and see if they can find a level or maybe Lava Siphon to try and hold down a little bit. CLG using the bubble just to retreat and make sure that they're safe. They do also have a team inside of this Lava Siphon here. So holding down the tunnel for CLG is objective number 1, and with Dimmy with a wingman in his hand. We've seen this guy do some crazy nutty stuff in arena with that weapon. It wouldn't be surprising to see him feel extremely confident if anyone does decide to poke.
It does feel like pretty much every team in this lobby has one player who's an absolute aim star, bring something out that just defies all odds and really blows our mind. And that's so exciting about watching. the ALGS Pro League is there's so many talented individuals. There is your map overhead though. There is the lay of the land.
あとバルキリーがいなかった。
There is very much a lot of congestion down over towards Lava Siphon at the moment. Everyone in or around it. There's still maybe what 5 teams who aren't there, and I think they've realized now that they are too late to the punch. They are not going to get into one of those positions, so they're going to have to bide their time, wait for a little bit of more circle information before they eventually decide to get involved in that party.
I like the way the Optic are playing this as well. We do see those pools a little bit away from Lava Siphon towards the eastern side, where we saw in EMEA earlier, right? It finishes out in the open. All the teams that are stacked up in the buildings have to leave. And Optic are kind of deciding to play the bridge, play the low ground between Big Maud and that position Lava Siphon. So if that is the pull that happens, Optic could be in a good position here to have a good game. NRG, they're kind of hovering around the outside of the map at the moment. They're down to the southern side of Lava Siphon. Again, not choosing to get inside and stack up with all of these other teams. And to be honest, I kind of like that approach. Let everybody else have some of that real estate that's set the zone. But if they have to leave, both NRG and of course Optic might be in good positions to take advantage of that. As I say, NRG decide that maybe they want to change that gameplay. Now they're trying to move in and take this fight and bully the team off.
Yeah, bully the team off, take their position, force them to maybe run into another team, and then there's one less team to worry about as well. I will say we did have the guard on our screens just there. Consistency has been incredible as NRG are continuing to push right now. Maybe wanting that extra KP from the.
やっぱ NA は結構予選組が辛いイメージあるな。
hand that team off to someone else now because it's Dark Zero who are on the other side of things, and NRG need to rethink about where they want to position themselves and maybe go back to a more comfortable home.
Oh, Gildas has got to be so careful here. You could see just getting singed by a charge rifle. Nathan also in a position here where he's just trying to survive. All of a sudden the game plan changes once again from NRG from a.
だから実の人ね、ケオティックらしいよ。わかんないよ、読み方。
Get the KP they were looking for on that push though, which is going to be frustrating. But sometimes in those kind of situations, this is where you need your leader to say it's all right, it's okay. We didn't get the KP we wanted from that fight, but now we've got to draw attention back and kind of let that one slide.
ケオティックマッチっていうのかな?
A lot of silence over World's Edge at the moment. A few shots ringing through the map, but it's mostly just poke damage from a distance because all those teams who
これ
did
どっちになるの? なんかさ、ハーベスターの予感しない?
It's going to get a little bit more messy when all the teams
わかんない。カオティックなのかケオティックだ。どっちかだと思う。
G2 are going to really shake things up when they eventually come in from the western side. FaZe are actually setting up in Harvester right now, and we've seen some crazy pulls. I don't think it's quite going to go all the way over to Harvester, but they're
ノーバウルとかいっぱい展開されてる。
maybe snake tunnel that's
紛らわしいなこれ。
the circle, that's for sure. I think those teams who are banking on the southwest of Lava Siphon are going to get a shock surprise when they get that beacon.
これどこなんだろうな。ちょっと最近来なかったから見たいわこの。
Those teams who are on the southwest side, it is moving more northeast actually from where they currently reside.
Kind of like what Sweet's doing as well. Sweet just swinging around using that mouse and keyboard ability and the movement to just make sure that constantly check if there's any teams rotating in late behind him. So literally almost with a head on a swivel now playing on Seer. Using that passive to the fullest of its abilities. But here comes G2 now. They are making their move towards Harvester. And if anyone is going to be making problems for anyone, it's going to be G2. And it's Team Liquid who are on the other side of this. And also in the vicinity overlooking this, inside a Harvester, is FaZe. So you have 3 of our powerhouses about to butt heads here on the edge of Harvester.
Yeah, that's why I was
Team
Liquid there. That was going to be them done and dusted. They would have got absolutely wiped. But of course, you've got players who are going to be scanning. You've got players who are going to be playing Seer or a Bloodhound, so you can get that information. And now we are going to see G2 slightly change their approach, but that probably ruins their rotation. They were probably thinking they could just calmly rotate around Harvester and find themselves a little bit of space. Now they're going to have to go through a little bit more of a chaotic approach. No pun intended, because obviously Chaotic is playing for G2. But Team Liquid are instead going to move their way into Harvester, where they will now be greeted by the FaZe roster that you were talking about.
10の遅延があるこれ。もう公式配信。あ、なくなった。フェイズもここか。フェイズ5位じゃん。とかさっきのチャンピオンで5位。いやー、上行ってほしいな、フェイズは。
Carrying capacity for now. Does have the gold armor though, so if he can get some poke damage down, he can heal nice and quickly with the shield.
やっぱアルブラスナイプってやつんで美味しそうよね。いや、この空爆が終わったわ。 バンが空爆もある。
Madness is also in the kill feed
あ
as
れ
well. It's
実
G2 who are feeling the pain. And speaking of pain, look at these
あ、
scout
実
shots
だ。
coming in. Look at the damage being done now by the defensive bombardment. And G2 find themselves in a shambles, and it's all down to the push they're going to do from phase. And the defensive bombardment from Albralele just shatters them inside of that creek.
And again, G2, you know, their rotation was completely ruined by Liquid. And you can see now that they were punished for it as well, having to push through more open area where they were vulnerable to the likes of a defensive bombardment. Frustration for G2, but sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles when you rotate late, when you are playing edge. There are going to be teams in your way. There are going to be teams who block that rotation. It is not plain and simple. Now, earlier you were mentioning how Optic Gaming were playing this circle and how they were banking on it potentially pulling east. I think they might have nailed it with where they currently are residing. If we can get a map overhead at some point, just to where the lay of the land after this fight, perhaps, because really Optic have hit the nail on the head.
寄りましたね。
For now, but
あれにラバスサイフォ
it's
ン。
a very interesting one because Team Liquid at the moment are the meat in
ダ
the
ークセロ、こ
sandwich.
こいいんだ。
It's not a sandwich that you want to be a part of, to be honest.
こうなるとガードが強いね。
Is going to be Sentinel
ここじゃないアンチ。
coming in from the
こ
north.
こ。
On the other side of it is going to be FaZe.
いや、
So
こっ
two of the
ちよ。
strongest fighting
こっち見たことないけ
compositions
どな。
and threes that you could possibly wish to go up
オプティ
against.
ックいいん
Well,
じゃ
they're
ん。
all here at the moment in the
オプティック広いよ。
outside in this snake.
でかい家に2人と、キットルケーキズだけ。
How they play this. The good
ちっちゃ
news
い
for
家
them。is they will be safe in the next zone, so they don't have to force anything.
That was a meaty sandwich you described.
ここ勝ち取ったチーム強いね。この左下。
Upon meat, upon meat. It's like two steaks surrounded.
家はどうせドカチン来るだろうね。
It's just a breadless sandwich. That's how meaty it was. It was.
My kind of sandwich.
まだここの後々この黄色い建物の上も強い。
Now we'll be looking to the skies to try and get some extra shots, some extra damage on
まあ
that
洞
team
窟
that
は
is walking over the top
安全だね。
At the
裏
moment
切れ
where
れば。
Sentinels are,
お、飛んだよ。
good
こ
spot to try and take down the team that gets
う。
past.
下行くのかなこの下じゃね
One of the pieces of bread, and now all of a sudden, Sentinels find themselves in the middle of things.
お、ファイトする
It's。actually Falco
ブラハジブ。フ
Sentinels and take
ェイズ対センチネル
It's。a
熱いこれ。
brave, risky decision coming in here from FaZe.
I'd swing the right here a little bit. Shallow West Snake.
I have to heal.
They have no dome. I don't have an ult. My ult's up in like fucking 35.
Kids right here.
We need to start working them.
カード毎
Are
回
we
中
in
なん
up here?
だ
Are。we in up here?
中で成功してるのすごい
Yeah,
ね。
yeah, we're in.
いいね。
Get above these guys, Slurp.
I'm shooting the team on the right. I'm shooting the right team.
Real hard.
うまっ。
There's a team behind. Team behind them.
I'm good right
Yeah,
here.
just pinch them.
キンヘルジビア
Team's
強い
going。out.
It's the Sentinels. They're gonna do stupid shit. Don't get too distracted. I need someone with close range to watch this. Slurp, Slurp, focus Sentinels.
Okay. I'm
That's
watching
your job.
that.
That's your job.
センチネルって分かってるね。
I'm looking at the snake. They're in the building. They're not gonna move. They shouldn't move.
うん、これセンチネル。
Sentinels should get shot.
でもセンチネルの奥に SSC がいるからセンチネル無理だね。チームリキッドいるのか左に。うわ、ここ熱いな、この上。
I don't have mids.
この上4チーム熱いぞ。
On the F2, on the F2. They're walking up. Hold, 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 hold. Just hold the steady.
うわ、真ん中や。
I'm popping a cell.
何これ。えぐ。
Anyone have cells?
No, on the F2. I'll give you ult in 7%.
この上熱いぞ。
Watch your back.
I'm popping
Don't-
my only bat.
They're getting shot in the back. They're taking naded. Don't shoot that
SSG.
seer. Don't shoot that seer.
センチネル、
They're moving right. They're
フ
moving
ェイ
right.
ズ
They're moving right.、
チームリキッド。
Dude, this guy in the building is dumb as
Ready
fuck.
to give you ult them.
Yeah, yeah. They have an overhang.
ワンチャンバルールやな、来な
How
かっ
long
た
until
ら。
our Valkyl? Listen, how long till our Valkyl?
69. Give me your
This team's
helmet.
getting fucked.
Take my, yeah, take his helmet. Take his helmet, Snipe. Give it to him.
Dropped.
We're gonna need it. We're gonna need our Valkyl.
We need to
Falco.
kill these guys, I think.
No, we'll be okay. We're gonna have to. Fuck you, man. I need to plug in my mouse. Fuck.
なんか
I
せ、
have one
ま、
fucking
マウスの
bro.
線が
Okay,、
何この線
You wanna go to the crane?
あれ
We're
から
gonna go to
キ
the
ーボード
crane,
に線があるぞ、こ
we're
れ
gonna。go to the crane.
Yeah, I have 2 bats and no cells.
大丈夫
Keep
か
crossing.
They're gonna shoot them then.
We can fight this. We can fight this right here. We can.
Yeah, yeah, kill them then. Kill them then.
Get
Kill them.
angles on
Look,
them.
look, look. Swing left. Swing left. Swing with me now.
Ult them, ult them.
No, just swing. We got Gibby. We have to kill this. We have to kill this. I bubbled left. I bubbled left. Kill this. Kill this.
Go in. One's dead.
Right here.
1 HP.
Oh, give me. Give me someone's dead.
Fuck, get that kill. Get that kill. They're walking up on your back. No.
ニューキャッスル来たよ。チームリキッド。
We have 15 fucking seconds. One person left.
We can rotate this fully.
I need to get us up. I need to get us up. I need to get us up. Macaroni, Balcote, macaroni, Balcote.
Sykes, rip it.
これはバーコーですね、バーコー。
Let's go. Get the fuck out of here. We're looking for crane, okay?
Yeah, okay.
This crane right here. Okay, we lost.
They landed. They landed.
Ah, my goodness.
What about here?
Low ground.
Team low ground. There's a Newcastle wall there.
Go left on the wall. On me. Are you with me? Go low ground. Go with him. Go with him. Help him. Play on me. Play fucking on me. On the right. We need to focus this.
I need to bat. Yep.
Give me a shield if you have it. Oh,
no shield. No shield.
We're good. Sykes on me.
Sykes, come to us. Watch the nades. I'm gonna pull him.
Yep.
No.
うわー、どんまい。タイミングじじ。
You're good. Play your line. That's good. That's okay.
I have an LT cell, Brennan.
Okay.
Oh, what? They're sliding forward on us.
How does that guy just...
これきついわ。
Liquid eliminated in 11th place, but Space Station after
SSG ワットといいんだ。
the likes of Optic, maybe they're in a little bit of trouble as well. They're in such a good spot.
SSG とチームリキッド一番安定してるよね。この2つ。
It's so difficult to try and navigate these final circles.
Guard in the vicinity, 100 thieves around.
上は、
inside of this
circle,
complexity down on that low ground as well, looking to cause a little bit of a problem. But who is away from all of this fighting? Who is still inside?
ガード安定だろうね、これ。家中。
A team who was desperate for a little bit of good luck are still involved in this fight.
ダークゼロ見たいな。ダークゼロ見ようぜ。ダークゼロ。どうだ。ほら。
Underneath, I think. Underneath, Todd, come to me! Come to me now!
Coming.
I'm picking over this truck, kill one. What is PO1? Right, okay, we go back.
I'm in a bad spot.
I'm trying to lober. There's 17 bats in lober ult.
ダークゼロ世界大会2連覇中です。オーストラリアから NA 来ました。わざわざ。
This, I think.
Yeah, this isn't.
On my ping.
Left full. Fucking farmers, right? That team from low ground.
The team's walking up to caravan. The team
I think
caravan.
fight the left team.
The left team? Okay.
Yeah, come back.
I don't have zero.
You can almost up on the low bro.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Wait, kill this team.
俺らと構成一緒やん。
I have the bat.
Okay, Crane can see everything.
I'm trying to put nades on them.
They have Newcastle. I'm killing them.
Back full top.
Stay healthy.
I'm trying.
Back
I'm gonna go back right and then look left, I think. I'm throwing Q cross. Come back this way and then look left. Gotta look left.
Yeah, I am. I'm not full health. I'm looking. I was cracked one.
いや、きっついこれ。きっつい俺。
Yeah, I'm just dead too.
Shooting you.
きっついこれ。これレッツゴーオプティックだこれ。これレッツゴーオプティックっすね。ドゥープがいいコールすんだよな。いやこれ結局ドゥープが IGL だっけ？
I feel like, but can't they swing us if they take it?
They can only peek from this one angle.
Flying outside, right?
NA この構成多いね。ヒューリア構成。
I'm one bat 7 souls as well. And no nades.
ヒューリアもこれ一緒だね。
They're going for it. One of them's going for it.
One's swinging for it. He's right here behind the wall.
ドゥープで多分ドゥープ。
I think we have to swing right.
We don't want to give up our side of the RV.
Yeah. He went back. 3 stacked on that.
この高い声がドゥープだね。
I'm putting our shops outside of here. No, I have all the
Where can I throw Cyril?
Probably up against that, up against this. Stay healthy.
Stay healthy, dude.
Did you crack one?
No. I'm just suppressing fire.
The top team jumped down. They jumped on them.
Dude, watch left.
They're still on the head glitch.
On the right. I'm shooting them.
I'm just gonna ult that guy.
ビッグモードの武器。これ。
Oh, they've got Gen.
They have a Gen.
I'm getting the Skittles.
I'm batting here.
いや、ジブいないからこういうのきついよ、ここ。
Our box here is trash.
We got cross right.
I'm marking cross. At the wall.
I don't have a bat. I'm pinning.
100T うめえな。100T じゃねえ、どこだあれ。
Alright, I'm on for each.
unfortunate
なん
for
か俺が見る
them.
チームどんどん死んでいくんだけ
On the
ど。
southern side, but that meant all the eyes were looking from the northern side. Two are down. Optic surely are going to be down and out. Yes, they will.
COL か。
Finish in fifth position.
Optic gaming out.
COL うまいね。
Complexity fully dressed in red at the moment, suited and booted.
うわエリット。これ SC じゃない？
As well, should be able to do a huge amount of damage. Monsoon and Luxford left as the last two alive. SSG make their play now, but Frex should be able to surely clean this one up. Monsoon down, but complexity.
ただガードが来るんですよねここに。ガードこれアンチがすごいアンチ読み。
Finally get that victory, and they are going to be real contenders to win this entire week with how they
ガードずっといたもんなこの家。この家強すぎだろ。クリプトなんだ。
Great performance there.
爆発金だ。
Just to make sure that they righted the wrongs of the previous games, right? Getting to that end zone, they've been so good at it, but just having that little bit of nous, that little bit of ability to convert on those last decisions to win games has been a little bit elusive.
いやでも言うて SSG2 位だからね。そんな変わってないポイント。
As well to talk about what we just saw because the guard rewarded for consistency here
あと1試合じゃん。ラストじゃんこれ。 NRG が振るってないね。いやむずいな。やっぱどこのプロリーグも結構なんかわかんないね。
I criticize them on Stormpoint for their inability to finish, to get top 3. They're always lingering in the 4th through 6th placements, which doesn't give them the points that they need. Well, here we go. Back-to-back games. They get 2nd, then 1st place. They say fall out.
NRG ワンチャンやばいんじゃない？
Really, really good showing from the guard.
Yeah, it was. I mean, eventually when you have that consistency where you keep finding yourselves in the final circle, it almost feels inevitable that a victory will happen, that the circle goes your way or the fights go your way. You just have to be patient enough and trust in your ability in these final circles. And they had
クリプト先入りそうだね。
It was just a matter of other teams kind of making paving the way for them.
強いね。NA ではクリプトいないからね。
They started that kind of tumbling effect that happened afterwards.
いや一周でも1位じゃ無理だね。継続的に上位取んないと。
Optic out and then everyone else followed suit. And all the meanwhile, Guard was sat just blissfully unaware.
結局6回も戦うから。
Eventually, and when they did join the fight,
6回じゃねえわ。
and they timed it perfectly.
Yeah, that's a really good point, right? Optic was taking care of 100 thieves.
6回だね。どのチーム6回戦うから。前回のプロリーグのボーダーが80、90だったから1回1位取っても25ポイントだから1回だけで無理っすね。
Currently the kill leader of this lobby. Again, it's such an interesting story for the guard, right? Because former Torrent squad, they can never necessarily break into that A tier, that S tier with Reese or Hill in their past rosters. They pick up Rambo. Now they pick up Keon, who is the missing piece to this squad, or so they think. And they've been playing really, really well. I'd put them in the A tier, really a top 5, top 7 team in North America based on their performances the last couple of weeks. And it's even more interesting because they both played with separate teams. They were substitutes at ALGS. They did not qualify. Rambo plays a GMT. It's top 5 with them.
78だっけ？
IGLs them to success with noises, unfortunately, come down with COVID. So it's a really remarkable story that they both found success elsewhere, gained their confidence, and when they came back together, they felt more confident and even stronger as a duo.
It's not just gaining confidence, it's gaining experience, right? They were put in the best lobbies in the entire world, and they were still able to come out on top as individuals with other teams. You combine that knowledge now, you combine that experience, and suddenly you start to put together a squad who can really make a difference here. And you can see the experience flowing through them with how they've played, with how they've navigated these circles, with which buildings they try and take, which fights they try and pick. And even though they didn't find the victories in the early games, you know, it's not about getting those victories. We've already seen that teams who are kind of landing in certain areas and the circle pulls their way, they get the victory, but then they can fall off a little bit later. You need to be a team that finds consistency, getting points when you are far away from that final circle, when you have to move a lot of the map. And that's what we've seen, just so much success from this guard roster.
Yeah, completely agree. Well, let's take a look at the highlights from the entirety of the game. The guard wins game number 5, and you've almost always felt like RKN is Goku, kind of a fatherly figure who unlocked Super Saiyan these last couple months as an IGL. Well, if he's Goku, then Rambo is Gohan. He has no idea how good his hidden powers are. Rambo's been playing so incredibly well, and he's getting better and better. He is an absolute monster on the sticks. I've been impressed with the two of them, and Keon, of course, rounding them out so incredibly well. But early on, Sentinels found themselves in a fight, almost got taken out in this early 50-50. It's not often that Sentinels loses a 50-50, though. They win that one.
Man, you didn't give Keon Dragon Ball Z character. What's the deal, right? Why we got Goku and Gohan, but we don't have another character coming into the equation?
Piccolo?
Piccolo works out for me. Yeah, I was thinking that's a nice little round out. So that works for me. At least you've got there eventually, Fallout. I was worried you were going to leave him out. But yeah, those who watch Dragon Ball Z are probably thinking, you know, great references. Those who don't are probably thinking we're absolutely crazy, you know? But elsewhere, we saw so many teams who had a real struggle on this map, who really couldn't get to that early rotation lava siphon. So many teams were able to move in the early stages, but those who didn't, like G2 for example, they had such a tough rotation. They were caught out because Liquid were in the way, FaZe were in their way, and unfortunately they bowed out a little bit early. And even though we were talking about G2 in the early stages and how well they were performing in team fights, they've still not had that big pop-off game to put them at the top of the leaderboards, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. G2 has been having some glimmers of greatness. It's been really impressive to see them. Obviously, they're playing a high risk, high reward Bangalore and Bloodhound team composition, but we haven't seen them make it to late game since that game 1 second place finish. And as a result of that, they've kind of slid down their standings a little bit. So I'm excited to see if they can bounce back with a big game number 6. But here we go, the end game. That's what you mentioned. Complexity find themselves in that fight against SSG. Optic and 100 Thieves take care of each other, and the Guard comes in and clean up an aisle 5. They're able to pick up a first place finish with this final sweep right here with the Mastiff. The Guard takes home first, and as a result, Team Liquid falls early in this game. Hasn't had as successful of a World's Edge. They fall out of top 2, I believe. Maybe top 1 as the Guard will take over. 6 kills, 18 points, but Space Station and Complexity with a monstrous double-digit game.
And it's so difficult in those final circles to get the timing right. I've seen teams historically move that little bit too early, and then suddenly the knocks haven't come through, and the team who was previously winning the fight just turns on you and does enough damage to you that you throw that game. So it really does come down to the IGL making the call at the right time. So it's not just as easy as, you know, appearing at the right time and just getting a win gifted to you. There's so much more that goes into it about timing and positioning from these squads. So we really have to credit them with how well they have played. Down in the bottom half, after an incredible game from FaZe, they still pull out 5 points in this one to keep themselves within the shout of top 5, if not more. Sentinels got a team fight under their belt in the northeastern side of the map, but weren't able to really do much more after top 15. And again, as we mentioned, G2 had a struggling game because they couldn't quite get their rotation down.
Yeah, that's right. Well, as a result, let's take a look at the series standings after 5. The Guard take first, Space Station barely takes second, and boy, oh boy, do we not have ourselves a series. Apex family, are you not entertained? Look at this. From first place all the way down to Dark Zero with 35. You have a huge opportunity for teams to fight for top 3 in the grand scheme of things. We knew that this would certainly be a competitive lobby with such great talent. I don't think we knew how close it would truly be. Let's bring Onset back to get his thoughts on the series standings and get him into the discussion here, because gosh, it is an absolutely entertaining Thursday night of Apex.
It is. I've thoroughly enjoyed it as well, and I think the thing that I keep bringing up, and I think I need to keep bringing it up, is the fact that there's only 9 spots available to qualify for playoffs. And I think every single game has more weight on it, and you're seeing that in the decisions that are being made by teams. You're seeing late games with 15, 20, 15, 17 teams, whatever it might be, because of the fact that everybody knows every game has a huge influence towards those potential top 9 spots. Like Dan said earlier, it could come down to 1 KP that was picked up at 1 point in a team fight. It can come down to 1 placement point, whatever it might be when we get to that final 9. So I think that every team knows that as well, and you can see the way that they're playing it. That's why I'm so worried about the likes of NRG here. First week wasn't great for them. Second week hasn't been great for them. It needs to be a monster game 6 for NRG. Otherwise, the matches are starting to disappear. The days to perform are starting to disappear, and NRG might not make that top 9.
That's a great point, Onset. And yeah, you can keep dominating all of the B tier, A tier competitions, but you got to perform in Pro League if you want the piece of the $5 million ALGS prize pool. Look, Game 6 is here. It is all coming down to this. Onset, Gaskin, bring the hype, boys. I know it's late there, but it's Game 6, and we got quite a series in our hands. Take it away, guys.
We do indeed, and don't worry about that, John. We'll always bring the hype, even if it's late over here. Don't worry, Apex Legends is on our screen, so we're going to have smiles on our faces, and of course, everyone who's watching at home at the moment, we hope you're having a wonderful time as well. But Rack Attack are not having a good time by the look of things here, Dan. Already burning to death on the bottom side of this map, and it looks like Dark Zero are looking to win this fight here at Lava Siphon once more.
And you better believe we'll wake our girlfriends. The dogs will be howling if we need to. That's my actual dog, by the way. It wasn't referencing my girlfriend. That was very dangerous.
ったわ。
Analogy there, Dan Gaskin, but Dark Zero, they did get the initial knocks, and they will
初動ファイトしてんの？ ダークゼロ。
who have had such an eventful pro league, may I add. Rakatak have been involved in so many early fights. Doesn't seem like they found a home here on World's Edge.
Yeah, Rack Attack, unfortunately, the bags will be packed for this week. Come back next week. But look, who's arriving right on cue. It's going to
こ
be
こも初動ファイトや。
and they're involved in a little bit of a scuffle themselves. This time, it's not going to be right next to where we just saw for that fight in Lava Siphon. It's going to be down on the northern side again. Another contest
ゼロワンって人、
down.
パッドの人だね。CS から行こうの。
Hey, we can move over in third party, excuse me, this like we did in that game we just saw previous. But for now, bots are just trying to chase down the damage they've done, and it looks like they might come out on top.
Be careful though, because even though they are chasing this fight at Climatizer, Sentinels are very close at Epicenter and Survey Camp, and bots will know that, but
うまっ
2v2 at the moment, make it a 1 versus 2. Suddenly Stomps is the last remaining player here, and has to go huge with the Eva rate, and just about gets those final
当てすぎだろ、ロングボウ。
pellets, just doing the damage from a distance. I was worried a little bit the Eva rate might not pull through there, but it does just about get there.
Uh-oh. I'm just saying, there's sharks in the water right now for bots. Even if they get back to their feet, don't expect them to get back to full shields, because here comes Sentinels. They did not need to be asked twice. And Krusty is going to get that knock as well. So this is the horrible thing about...
ちょっと見てんだ。ロス人コーチ、日本語勉強する。かわいいんだけど。タイトル。あ、やばい、チャンネル変えたからもう。
Not in this Gandhi coming. No, no.
Dropping a gold heavy mag. Wait, follow me.
Can you jump the stairs?
I don't have it. I was scared.
I have 2-1.
え、センチでどこいんの？
Is there a shotgun bolt?
ほんまや。センチネルが一生ってんだけど、センチネル見ようぜ。こいつはマジ、狂ってるからな。
I just thought he was still here, that's all. Yeah, I just don't want to be running on double edge or double wide armor as well. These guys are running in. We have craft right overlook. Fuck survey camp. Okay. Come towards this item. I'm just gonna advance them out of here. Let me crush this in case we run out.
Yeah, I need a sniper ammo.
今日俺らモイシカスタム出るかも。あんのかな？
Did that guy have anything in his body?
I don't think so.
Oh, they're close. They're by the crafter. I'm good. Really? Whole team? And they're by the... I don't know.
今日11月11日だよ。あるわ。ガスト行くか中華行くか。うわー。ちょっと待って、クソガスなんだけど、ごめんごめんごめん。はいはいはい。
Grabbing the bins and shit.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。あー、今日ないわ今日。俺らで10だもん。
Yeah, I can craft some summer. 195.
Stand low. I think down there. It was weird.
10チームは無理だな。あと6チームいないとだもん。アンチが見たいです。アンチ出なくね？ネクストリング出ないやん、これ。まあでも完結なんだね、多分。こんな集まってるってことは。オプティックが真ん中か。はいはいはいはい。ガードもここいいね。NRG は中入れなかったか、さすがに。うわ、これ G2 対フェイズ当たるぞ、これ。アーマーよ。さあ、G2 対フェイズ。G2 はちょっとこれ負けたら順位厳しいよ。勝ったわ、これ。フェイズ勝ったわ。神グレだわ。 ノーダウン強っ。
I can't hit him. Blood out.
Grab swaps, grab swaps. Let's run the team. Let's
ファッキンシダーンだって。あれ、スナイプダウン。
move with me.
We can loot too.
ファッキンシダーン。
Maybe?
I'm looting now. I'm looting.
Alright. I'm gonna watch.
スナイプダウン。やってますね。
I'll go after. I need a light mag.
顔出ししないか。
I need a light mag.
Can you grab my light mag actually? I'm like really brain dead.
I will.
Because I'm really brain
Two
dead.
cells. Two
I got it,
cells.
I got it.
スナイプはなんかもともと、そういうヘイローとか、なん
Lots
か
of nades.
パッドのみのゲームの競技シーンってね、すげえ、煽り合いがすごいんだよな。COD とかヘイローとかって多分、勝ったら敵に罵声浴びせるからな。
I didn't really loot that well. I'm not gonna lie. I need to go back down.
I grabbed
Al,
all
can
the
you look
cells.
over?
No, we need to hit the beacon.
I
Someone go
need-
hit beacon. Slurp, go hit beacon.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the beacon and I'm gonna go loot again. I only have 2 oranges. I'm gonna go back and loot in a little bit.
Go ahead, I have no ranges. I have no.
なんか勝ったらもう、勝った方が正義だから、なんかも
Oh yeah, we do have a
う、
craft.
ボロクソ言うみたいな、負けた方に。
We could, well, let's try and craft one of us to red. No, not a bad play. I don't think. If we have a lot of heals.
I don't have heals. I have good shields, but I don't have.
クソ野郎とか、
What are you running?
めっちゃ言うだろ。
R3 car.
Guys, we have a
You
minute
should switch
now.
me for my wingman. You should switch me. Dead ass.
All right, I will. Let me loot these boxes real quick.
We need to get going.
Yeah, we need to.
We have a
hurry
long
up.
haul.
Our pacing is
Get up
getting
here.
slowed down right
Yeah, get up here.
I'm here.
I'm dropping the
Just
tree
keep the
now.
fucking. All
見
right.
てるがおもろいよね。
now.
You have a 2x?
Yeah. I dropped you the R3.
Oh, I got a PK. That's huge.
そうそう、スラム街に近い、
Deep
ガチで。
guys here, deep guys here. We're gonna work grandmas, okay? We're gonna play to kill the team.
あー、これ手前の家かな。
Oh, I'm good. I got
I need to
420.
heal.
Where are you going, Mac?
奥にはなんない
Kill
ね
the。team at grandma's.
完結の奥にはなんない。しばらくないかな、戦闘は。そうだな。ダークゼロ、まあ、ここからムーブするのは、しやすいね。ガードもいいね。ガード、ダークゼロ、エナジーいいね。どこ見ようかな。どこ見ようかな、これ。エーペックスはできないね、なかなか。大会ぐらいじゃないでもできても。どこ見ようかな、これ。あえてセンチネル見るか。外ムーブの。アーマーはいいよ。センチネルってね、なんかね、メタに囚われないんだよね。この写真って。だって、ストポレブナントだよ。ルーがね、ちょっと、イカれてる、マジで。いろんな意味で。ストポレブナント、バルキリー、なんかみたいな感じだったよ。意味わかんないもん。
It's the choke team, right?
I gotta walk up a little bit further. I guess so. Yeah, I think so.
It was. They didn't crib you. You got just like longbow petered. Yeah, you got longbow petered this time. Look at the clothes, see if anyone plays in this lower compound like any fucking noobs.
下打ちなりはいいよ、全然。俺はいいよ、それは。面白いよ。なんか、格闘技の煽り合いみたいな感じで面白い。なんか、カクカクするんだけど。なんかカクカクするなぁ。720。いや、変わんないな。ルーキーマウスよ。結局キーマウ出たの。多分キーマウだよな。
Look left. That's where I heard him. Hold the scan. Push him up. We can still get flanked from behind.
On the truck.
Yeah, I'm in it.
Break gen. It's in a
ラグいよ、なんか視点が。
Alright, I gotta heal. I'm one. Get an ankle, Chris. Get an ankle. I'm gonna go pop.
ルーの配信が悪いんじゃない？
They bubbled out, careful.
あ、違うか。
You have a maker, Chris?
Yeah, dropping it.
There's no bubble. This is good. So break gen, we get bubble when we walk up. Reset. They're backing up. Gotcha. Yeah. Reset. They're backing up. Gotcha. Yeah, we should have to watch our back. Like, this is the time when someone's gonna grab us. It's 14 teams and this is gambling. They're fucking missing.
あ、低遅延じゃなくしたらなんか。
I'm scanning 13. I'm scanning 5. I'm scanning 5.
What's on the truck? Guys on almost?
Barking out, barking out.
うん、暇だね。
Backing up, walk up here, walk up here. I'm right there. Artsman, get me in the corner, get me in the corner, bubble up on him, right corner, right corner.
おお、詰めに行った。うわー、これ強え。うわ、落ち着いてる。けどなんかラグいって俺の配信が。
Nice, let's go. You should be healthy.
今日振られてるわ。これはダークゼロ対チームリキッドじゃない？ほら。うわぁ。これフェイズまだ上入ってんじゃね？
Focus up, bro.
Watch this hill. Make sure no one is on this hill.
マジで俺が見てる視点死ぬな。
They're the charge here, Al. They're the charge. I don't know if you want to be weird.
No, I want to be on
I
an
only
AR.
have 2 bats. I have 2 bats, 16 cells.
I have 8. I have 8. I have 8.
I have gold. I'm just holding.
Okay.
Yo. I just got a bunch of heals.
I'm good. I need nothing.
You fucking got all the loot in the game.
That's with 1 bullet off of red.
Listen, I'm pretty sure that this zone is going to bounce over here. I have a 75% chance that it bounces.
There's a team up here.
Yeah.
Yo, Al, grab the charge and shoot them. Grab the charge and shoot them.
Okay, watch our back. Watch our back.
Here, take my purple. Get it to red. Take it real quick.
I can get mine to red. Just hold our back.
Okay. I'm only looking at our back. I'm only looking at northwest. All I'm looking at right now.
This team's gonna get melted. They're getting melted.
Yeah, I'm reloading my charge right now.
うわ、上入ってんの強え
They're
な。
a Newcastle team. They have a wall. I didn't see it at first.
83.
Mine is 22 off, Al.
Bro, I'm honestly about to take this scout for
Watch
now.
our back.
I might be able to get some kills.
Take it. I'm watching our back. Our back is good. There's nothing on scan here, Snipe, right? Like, just in case.
No, I didn't see anything.
Okay.
Dude.
開きすぎ？
I'm still watching it though. I'm watching our back for now. That's it. Yep. The hill is still in a little bit. Is the issue?
We could get wrapped. It's a possibility, even through this zone.
Unlikely.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Very unlikely. I'm looking for nades.
が、あ、今見ちゃったらなんか結果出そうだからやめとこ
Oh, we're still in.
Oh my
God, we're good.
う。上入ってる。
Oh, actually, we're
It's
not.
the zone
We're
that I
really
think. It's the zone that I think it is. We're good.
Straight air. We're good. We'll be able to play up here and be fine, you think?
I mean, we can kill that team if we have to.
あ、まあ交換したい
Take
な。
my armor.
It's hard to play up here. Like we don't have cover. We don't have cover.
Who can shoot us? We're right here. Who can shoot us? Think about
I'm
it.
in right here. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good.
うお、赤赤金じゃん。これもうほぼ。
Yeah, I'm picking up my flatline. I'm done with the
Yeah,
charge.
I'm bringing my 301 over here.
Getting shot from above. They're getting fucked. Look for KP here. Look for KP here. Look for KP. Grab that fucking. They're getting focused on.
Melting them.
待って、クソあんじゃん。
They dropped. They dropped.
Here.
I'm gonna nade that.
あれはチームリキッドだ
Random
ね。
Yobi.
Yeah,
I don't think
same.
it's gonna reach.
No, they have a gen. Bro.
いや、いいパイロンだ。
I'm just gonna break their fence or their wall.
I'm looking backwards. Right
Yo, that's not in. Nobody can shoot us after this. Let's go.
now. Yeah, exactly.
どうしようかな。LG 対100シーブス。100シーブス。ここだな。
I destroyed their ulti. I'm going on the right side.
Top in the cell.
Me too. They're probably.
Just swinging back.
Oh, man.
俺が見ると死ぬって。
Right here. Look my left.
でもローだよ。ワンチャン勝てるよ。頑張れ。おお
You guys win this. You guys
神
win
ぐれ
this. This is watching by yourself.
I'm swinging there. 99. 100.
おい。張りすぎだろ、ツキャリー。
It's 1v1. You need a heal or something.
Get
1v1
Get juice off the gen. It's used up. Just heal. On crate. Sliding in.
なんかラグいな、この画面。おお
Fucking go on, man.
やば
I'm gonna crawl up a bit. Yep. Get fucking shit on me.
Fucking shit on me.
You need it. Someone needs to hold and when they're resin.
神グレだったな。やっぱグレ最強やな。
I'm making.
次ダークゼロ。
I'm coming back. Someone watch for me. Care left swing. Peeking, do away. I'm dead body.
いや、きっつここ。まあでも。
He's getting crackhead. Just chill. Look left.
でもいい。
I'm sliding under.
詰めてこないだろ、なんか。
We should look. I got beams in the left. I'm betting. We should kill this left team in our back. I did. I'm one. I'm just getting shot. I have no bats. Oh fuck. Like I don't know if that like. Sure. That team's swinging though. This team's swinging. We have to kill them. Yeah, we have to kill that team like ages ago.
うわ、NRG が来たんだ。あれ、家の中いなかった NRG。捨てたの？きつかったんかな？オプティックは一人か。フェイズそこ入ったの？嘘でしょ？
With way less risk. Yep.
It's here, one shot.
Yep.
Get that kill. Get him.
Dad, nice. Good shit.
Good
Fuck you,
shit.
sweet.
NRG。これ NRG 効くねじゃん、順位が。
Snipe down kills Sweet, who was the final player alive on NRG. So NRG out in 8th position from what looked like a great position for them to hold. They try and make a play. FaZe kind of move in as the hermit crab, so to
これどこに
speak.
行くんだろう？家上かな？
Take what was the old NRG position away. Liquid still sat in center zone.
うお、いった！
Optic still alive as well as 100 Thieves now go on pipe, but look at the damage that Scurry's taking. He gets the
や
defensive
べ、めっ
walls
ちゃ減ってる
down
体力。
the ultimate, but it's not going to be enough maybe for them to survive.
強えでもこ
Just
こ。
holding on by tooth and nail here for 100 Thieves.
Optic and Guard working together to be a pain in the backside for 100 Thieves at the moment, but they are just about staying alive. Bullets coming from the other side of the map now. They are between a rock and a hard place, very much so.
やばい。
Somehow still
う
getting
わ
bats off. Unfortunately, Scurry goes
なんかいる
down. Now
なんかいる
100 Thieves in a 2
スキットのケーキずれ
versus
て
what seems like 15 right now.
Yeah, 2 versus a lot. That is as simple as that. They're going to have frag grenades being thrown at them, ultimates thrown at them, black hole thrown at them. And Shiny does get the finish.
ガードマジ
Scurry
で
as well
ア
as the
ン
guard
チの
inside of this
ポ
building.
ジションがいいね
Though,
マ
if
ジ
they
で。
get any kind of sight angle through the
安
slim
定じゃんこ
bars,
れ。
then there might be KP available for them. 2 already here. In the hands of one of their players, Rambo, he's got the assist as well. Excuse me, RKN got the assist in that 3-team
5キルもしてたしかも
overall 3
ここで。
KP, and now it's barbecue time.
バーベキュータイムだって。
Gaming also getting
燃やしてるから。
amidst that absolute madness that's happening outside. Speaking of madness, himself, Shubi and Pao Pao, arguably in the best position now. They find
あー、ここ
themselves
ね。
in that southern building that NRG once had. And with
あー、ここフェイズはここに張り付いてこの上でムーブ。ほら来た来た。
Just kind of south on this screen of where the
いったルブラさん。
Yeah, he's
フェイズはこの上だね。家上ムーブだね、絶対。
Slurp, cross. Stay here with me. Stand right here and we need to watch us. No, you're not going.
No. How long are you gonna be? How long are you gonna be? It just started moving.
ここ強いよ。
You got time.
1、2、3。しかも、向こうも家上来んのかな？え、スナイプ落ちてんじゃん。
I don't think it's gonna happen.
スナイプ落ちてんじゃん。
You have like a couple seconds, bro.
なんで
You have like 15 seconds in.
タイミング GG。
You can't punch him over the railing, Slurp. Just cross.
I'm in.
Cross.
戻ってきた。危な。
What are we focusing?
You got some Watts in here.
Shoot
left. No, shoot left.
That's left.
Yeah, shoot these guys.
I'm ulting.
Get all.
ギリギリ。
Get KP here, boys.
Can you break that door?
左切りたいね。
I just used my Q.
あといるから空爆出さないな。
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna fucking beam them.
Yes.
Across from us.
30 on 1. Snipe,
Break
shoot
that
them.
wall. Break that fucking wall.
Break the middle part. Look left now. They have to move.
I think we focus the top, cause like.
これもう上切れるから。
Look right here.
Break the gen on roof. I give you all.
ああ、いいね。
my bubble.
いいドーム。マジでいいドーム。
Look low. We need to kill the team beneath us.
Watch out on the left.
I'm taking this.
I'm looking under.
Do it.
Look here.
Whole team. Stop that on you, Al. Oh my god.
右降りたいな。
Nice shot, nice shot.
Let's go.
Good job, good job.
Boys, let's go!
Good shit, boys.
That should be enough! I think. That might be enough!
Good shit.
Good shit, good
Second,
shit.
baby, let's fucking go.
You're fucking fine.
Did you see the shot that just hit at the end right there, Chrono, bro? Oh, well, the delay. Dude, this
Yo,
keeps
boys. Board is updated. After all 6 games, we are in 2nd place.
Let's go!
Let's fucking go, boys.
Guys, that's a fuck the haters moment.
これコーチだな。コーチもいるな。
Let's fucking go, bro.
Face the fuck up, baby!
Come on, guys. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
That's fucking so good.
Good
shit,
swing on the
boys.
left. We're just fucking insane. We're just fucking insane.
I was one shot in the bubble and just fucking sent it, dude. I literally just
フェーズ2位じゃん。
2 or 3 kills at the end.
I saw
Bro,
your
this game is
down.
フェーズ2位だよ
If。Snipe couldn't get back in there, that was fucked.
Yeah, that would have been
Dude,
so
that was
fucked.
almost ridiculous.
強い。
Holy shit. Good
Good
fucking
bubble,
job,
Mac.
guys.
How's that for your storyline?
アルブラマジでいい仕事してる
Good
な。
fucking everything, bro. That World's Edge was fucking insane. Actually insane.
We literally just
Actually
need to clean
insane.
up our...
We
our...
turned
ここみんなすごい。
We got
勢いがすごいね。
Just, yeah.
なんかパッションというか。
8 points on Storm Point.
すごい。
8.
Oh,
We
man.
finished in second. We got 48 points from World's Edge.
No.
I can't believe I crashed then.
Yeah, right?
Dude, the worst part about it is I don't have the config at the beginning, so I had to go through the respawn screen at the start because I never did that.
You can't put the...
ガードだってほら、キル数よりもさ、
No, you can't do config.
ポイントが上だもん。
They need to change that.
11ポイント
Holy。fuck, that almost got me killed. I would have been so mad.
Oh my god, I'm so sweaty right now.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, bro, watch the fucking main broadcast. Look at the end. This kid slides on me. Fucking boom, boom, boom. Good shit, boys. You guys are so fucking good, bro. I love both of you so much. Alb, you are the best Gibby in the world.
すごくない ?10 位すごいこれ。
Oh my god,
こ
man.
2試合目の13以外、ほぼ5位以内だよ。
Yeah, apart from that one bubble, I've been doing good.
ザ・ガード。
No, Gibby is literally the most like important character. Like, you fuck up one bubble, your team dies. Like, it's just like that. It's
5、4、
One shot there. If he didn't...
5、4、2、
I
1。
would have died, but we had gold res. You would have just gotten me up.
すげえ。
That is so
5、4、2、1、3で
big, bro.
10位。
First week, second place. Good
That's
shit.
colossal.
5、待って。5、4、2、1、3全部取ったじゃん。5位以内の
That is
順位。
so big, man.
Boys, and we run it back on Sunday.
Sunday? That's in what? What day is today? Thursday?
Yeah, like 3 or 4 days.
I
3
bet.
days. Alright, well, yeah.
You Snipe going out, getting a delicious lunch.
Yeah, we got that.
そう、元エリートのチームの、RKN さんと、ケオン TV と、ランビュー。
Oh my god.
Good fuck. God, I'm so happy right now. Holy shit.
ザ・ガード多分他の、
I'm so happy right now.
他のゲームでも結構有名だと思う。
Dude, I have not felt as good in so long.
Bro, Energy got 16th. They didn't get a point.
あれ、NRC どうやって逃したのてか見たいな、これ。
I don't give a fuck, man.
Over the camera.
Nobody can shoot us after this. Let's go. Don't mind.
I don't know.
Gone. This team's gone.
Okay.
Hold the
Alright,
hallway,
just stay
sir.
alive.
NRC が行ったんかななんなんだろう
Let's see if that kills somebody.
On the roof again.
Newcastle right here. What's our next play? Worry about what's next.
I think we're gonna go in this building. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone in there.
Are you sure? I think there's a team in there.
I'm
dropping
99% sure that there's nobody in there.
Can I get that 2x
might
instead
get
of the 2 to 4?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I'm much better with the 2.
I've seen nobody in the windows yet.
I think we slide down there.
やっぱ NA はね、外が多いか
We're gonna
ら
side to that and just
それや
cross,
すい
okay?
ね。
It is
Alright, we're just gonna cross here.
Okay. We can take
Ready?
a zip.
No, just run this way. Jump down and run. Follow me. Follow my
あー、
steps.
ここいい
Follow
ね、
my
ここ
steps.
ここ見づらいもん
We
ね
have LOS on the team. We can just walk right in.
No
Is there
one on
anyone
this
in
side.
there?
No one on this side.
Yeah, walk in. Walk in.
Get in, boys.
Hold the
Alright,
hallway,
just stay
sir.
alive.
Jiggle peek hallway. I'm playing up top.
Kills outside real quick. I'm looking for kills.
Oh, go with him. Go with him.
Right here, outside. Hit one for
I'm
90.
chilling. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Snipe, come up the second floor. You have the same angles pretty much.
もう NRC どういよくわかんないな
Nice guy.
よくわかんないな。
Here, one shot.
Snipe, Yep.
Get that kill.
Dad, nice. Good shit.
Good
Fuck
shit.
you, sweet. Little rat.
Oh, Snipe beat me in kills today, man. This sucks.
Yeah, you're fucking trash.
You're garbage. You're so fucking bad.
You both fucking suck. Respect the big man.
Shut the fuck up. Alright, lock in. We have a really good spot. We can win this fucking game.
Keep jiggling
We
the
can
low
actually win
guns,
this game.
man. Don't.
なるほどね。
Space.
Let's fucking
we're,
go.
We're playing space really well, and we're just taking advantage.
よし、じゃあ、
Dude, the fight.
NA 終わったし、 一回配信落とそうかな。
We are so fucking good, man.
Bro, I'm so happy for Bo and them too. Holy shit.
Yeah, Bo and them getting.
Yeah, they've been killing it.
多分そうだね、キル取りに行っちゃったんかな。
Yeah.
1-2. Oh, let's go.
Top 4 teams or top.
よし、じゃあ、一回配信終わります。ありがとうございました。見てくれて。じゃあ、一旦お疲れ様です。プロスクは今日出れないっす。登録してないんで。21時から出ます。はい。じゃあ、お疲れ様です。